Tuesday. Wednesday, it's spaghetti. Thursday is wing night. And Friday, enjoy delicious steaks from the grill or homemade crab cakes. The AMVETS also provide service and assistance to veterans with a representative from Veterans Outreach at Post 103 every Thursday morning to help combat-era veterans with veteran issues. And on the first Friday of each month, a representative from AMVETS headquarters comes to AMVETS General George Marshall Post 103, located on Buttermilk Lane in Hopwood. The Fayette County Committee of the American Legion is proud to be a sponsor of the Dog Tag Club radio show. There are 12 American Legion posts in the county and one near you, always looking for new members. The Fayette County Committee is active in a host of programs, including oratorical speech, leadership camp, State Police Youth Week, Scouting, Flag Day celebration, Americanism Day celebration, and Legion baseball. You took the to serve our country. Take the next step and continue to serve your community.
So your business has a story to tell. It could be a single auto dealership or a multi-location bank chain. Savings or checking. Or even a global restaurant franchise.
You want fries with that?
Whatever your business may be, you need to get your message out. But how?
You can yell!
Or put up flyers? Or rely on word of mouth? Why not think bigger? That's where Fast Signs comes in. Fast Signs can help you reach your goals using the right mix of marketing and graphic solutions, like signs, banners, digital displays, fleet graphics, floor decals, promotional products, mobile marketing, and more. So bring us your communications challenge, and Fast Signs will help you grow your business, reach more customers, and accomplish more than you ever thought possible.
More than ready. Call 724-430-7446 or visit Fast Signs on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Visit www.fastsigns.com/599.
All right, 30 seconds to open. This has been the Dog Tag Club with Whit Shetler, Rob Doria, and today's guest. Brought to you every Wednesday at 3:15 by American Legion Post 51, Route 40 in Uniontown. And that's General George Marshall Post 103 on Buttermilk Lane in Hopwood, and Fast Signs, 140 Morgantown Road in Uniontown.
Time for another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Day. Coverage of high school baseball here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, being brought to you by Mamaruka's Pizza Shop, the Uniontown Hospital, Ted Silva & Son Auto and Fender Repair, Patrick Livingston for North Union Township Supervisor, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Jimmy Johns in Uniontown, Ford of Uniontown, Shop and Save in Uniontown, M&R Transit, Potter's Bar and Grill, System Pre-Owned, the Radcliffe Law Firm, Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, NovaCare Rehabilitation, Stewart Collision, the C. Harper Auto Group, South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffauer, General Dentist Dr. Wietek, Russ Blaho, your local Allstate Insurance Agent, North Union Township Supervisor Curtis Matthews, Peachin's Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market, Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapist Jim Burns, Casey Sports Cafe, and by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
From Landman Field here at Laurel Highlands High School, it's time for high school baseball action here on WMBS, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs 2-1 overall, 2-1 in conference play, hosting the Ringgold Rams. The Rams 2-2 overall, 0-1 in the conference. Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser and Jerry Dupé. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. And Gary, after losing their season opening game to West Mifflin, Laurel Highlands has bounced back with back-to-back wins, including a 10-2 drubbing over Ringgold yesterday, and they look to sweep the two-game midweek series here this afternoon. Apparently having some microphone problems here with Gary. We'll try to get those rectified. But we mentioned yesterday was Ringgold's opening conference game of the year. The Rams wins this year came over McGuffey in California. They've lost to South Park and Laurel Highlands. Looking at the pitching matchup. Ron. You are back. How you go?
Okay.
And, Gary, I was mentioning that Laurel Highlands an opportunity here to sweep this two-game midweek series with a win this afternoon.
Right, and sorry about that technical difficulty there. But, yeah, it appears that the Mustang Bats have really come alive over the last two games. We saw the big win last week on Saturday against West Mifflin, and then two big wins again, tonight against Ringgold. We hope that continues.
Joe Chambers starting on the mound for Laurel Highlands. He came on in relief on March the 30th at West Mifflin, getting his first varsity start this afternoon. Remington Lessman will start for the Ringgold Rams. The Mustangs, they won't play another conference game after today until April the 19th when they host Belle Vernon, so they'll look for a strong performance this afternoon to get to 3-1 before a little conference hiatus. We'll talk to Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, Facebook Live, and the Tribble Live High School Sports Network.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call a dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulesinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
I'm attorney Bill Martin of Radcliffe Law, and I've handled all sorts of workplace accident cases over the past 10 years. When you're hurt at work, your employer's main goal is to get you back to work. But you may not be physically ready to return. If you find yourself in a similar situation, call our workers' compensation team at Radcliffe Law at 724-439-3939. We'll meet with you and answer your questions at no cost. Radcliffe Law, making the law personal.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation. Same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare. Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
General Dentist Dr. Edward L. Wietek Jr. treats children, teens, and adults of all ages. Dr. Wietek performs all phases of general dentistry, including crowns and bridges, partials, full dentures, comprehensive orthodontics, root canals, bonded white fillings, dental implants to replace missing teeth and to stabilize loose-fitting dentures, and comprehensive exams and cleanings. Dr. Wietek is also your place to go for full mouth reconstruction if you've put off going to the dentist for too long. Visit Dr. Wietek online at www.myuniontowndentist.com to view the Smile Gallery and see some of his patients before and after photos. See what over 35 years of experience and a practice committed to learning the latest techniques can do for you or your family. Dr. Wietek's office is located on the National Pike, 1 mile west of the mall on Route 40. Call him up at 724-439-1616. That's 724-439-1616 for Dr. Edward L. Wietek, Jr.
Democrats and Republicans vote for experience. Re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor. Kurt will continue to vote no to increase your taxes in North Union. Kurt will continue to secure funding for North Union Township to improve infrastructure and continue developing and improving recreation areas and expanding the Sheepskin Trail. Kurt Matthews will continue to work as a team with his fellow supervisors and for all residents of North Union Township, Democrat or Republican. Vote for Kurt Matthews on May 18th, the most qualified, experienced, and dedicated candidate.
Paid for by the Friends to re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor.
Brian Rozak back on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. High school baseball action on WMBS this afternoon. Ringgold at Laurel Highlands, being joined by Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry. And Scott, after an opening loss against West Mifflin, your Mustangs have bounced back well over the last two games. A win over West Mifflin on Saturday, 11-1, followed by a 10-2 victory over Ringgold yesterday afternoon.
We did. We're starting to swing the bats the way I expected to. I saw a lot of this in the fall when we played in the fall. When we did lose a game in the fall, it was because we walk batters, made errors in the field. But I think the first game was more of nerves and being, inexperienced. So I'm hoping that we just keep building on what we've done the last 2 days.
And a nice opportunity today. If you get a win over the Rams, you're sitting pretty at 3-1 in the conference.
I believe so. If we could win today and be 3-1 in conference, that would be exactly the start that I was hoping for. I mean, obviously you'd want to be 4-0, but 3-1 would be perfect for us. It'll give us a chance to get a couple days of practice in and work on a few things that I've seen in the last couple games, and we'll move forward.
You'll have a little lull in the conference schedule after today. You won't play another conference game until April 19th against Bell Vernon. What do you plan to do over the next week and a half to stay sharp?
Well, we were actually supposed to play Penn Trafford Friday, and they had to cancel on us. But we did pick up a game Tuesday with University High School in Morgantown. So 2 games next week will give me a chance to see a few players that may not have gotten a lot of time so far, and it'll give our guys a chance to play and get live at bats, throw against hitters. But it'll also give our arms a chance to rest a little bit, too. So I'm not really overly concerned about, not playing section games next week.
Nick Kumar pitched well for you on Saturday against West Mifflin. Do you plan to use him at all against Ringgold this afternoon?
He is eligible, but we're probably not going to use him unless it would be in short relief, maybe as a closer. He was a little sore yesterday, and with him playing shortstop, we're going to be careful with his arm. So I doubt that you'll see him today.
Who do you plan to start?
I am starting Joe Chambers. I like the way he threw the ball when he threw down at West Mifflin, and it'll be his first start of his high school career.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Best of luck against the Rams this afternoon. We'll see you out there.
Okay, thank you.
That's Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry. Stay tuned to starting lineups. The first pitch on the way next. Laurel Highlands hosting Ringgold here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Does your car sound like it's saying, "Trade me in, trade me in," every time you start it up? Well, go to Ford of Uniontown and trade it in. That's right. Your Uniontown Ford dealer is ready to assist you with a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV purchase. Ford of Uniontown has all the deals, all the inventory, and they are ready to deal. It has never been a better time to buy a Ford. Service is their top priority. No matter where you purchase your Ford car or truck, Ford of Uniontown will be happy to service it for you. They offer Ford-trained technicians, Ford-certified parts and service, 1-year, 12,000-mile parts warranties, and new state-of-the-art service equipment. Call or stop in today to see the hometown service of Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 West across from Applebee's. So listen to your car the next time you hear it say, "Trade me in, trade me in." Ford of Uniontown, Route 40 at the top of the hill.
Prime Rozak and Gary Frankhauser back here at Laurel Highlands High School. The Ringgold Rams to bat here in the top half of the first inning, and Gary has their lineup.
Thank you, Brian. Leading off for Ringgold, playing center field, number 8, Joey Shoemaker. Batting second, playing second base, number 23, Chad Bearend. Number 10, Eli Calloway, is in the third spot. He'll play shortstop. Batting cleanup and catching, Hunter Mamie. He wears number 13. Batting fifth at third base, number 19, Gianni Cantini. Batting sixth and playing first base, Remington Lessman. He wears number 30. Batting seventh, number 17, Ashton Ray. He'll be in left field. And batting eighth, number 11, Andrew Maki in right field. And on the mound, number 24, Lorenzo Glasser in that ninth spot.
Defensively for Laurel Highlands, they'll have Carson D'Amico in left, Caden Early in center, and Jace Hampy in right. Around the horn, Ty Sankovic at third, Nick Kumar playing short, Braden McKnight playing second, Zach Koffler playing first. Joe Chambers, Gary, making his first start of the season, pitching, Alex McLean catching. Chambers did see some time on the mound in relief in the Mustangs' opening game of the season at West Mifflin.
Well, he's a stellar athlete, and you got to believe he has a lot of adrenaline going here, getting his first start, and if he can have some control, he should be very effective.
And a great opportunity here for Laurel Highlands to get to 3-1 before basically having a bye week next week, no conference game scheduled, and then 2 huge games coming up the following week over against Bell Vernon, and Bell Vernon currently at the top of the section.
Correct, and Mustangs hitting their stride a little bit here, as we said in the pregame, with the bats coming alive in the last few games, and we've heard it from Coach DeBerry in the preseason and all through all of his interviews that he really thinks that this is a pretty good hitting team, and if they can put the bat on the ball, they can beat anybody.
Yeah, you look at the run production, 11 runs scored in the game we brought you this past Saturday against West Mifflin. They put 10 up in a 10-2 win at Ringgold yesterday afternoon. The Rams, on the other hand, they started off the season well, defeated McGuffey 11-5, doubled up California at 10-5, lost a non-conference game against South Park 7-1. They kind of ran into a buzzsaw against Laurel Highlands yesterday, of course, losing 10-2. But you look at this Ringgold program, Gary, just go back 3 years, they were state champs in 4A.
Absolutely, and you got to believe that anything can happen in high school baseball, and they'll be looking to try to bounce back here, coming to the Mustangs field after that game yesterday, and facing Joe Chambers. Let's see what happens.
The last time these two schools played in the same conference back in 2016, Laurel Highlands swept the season series over the Rams, winning by scores of 10-0 and 13-3. Ringgold, as we said, they've made the playoffs in 3 straight years. The last time they played high school baseball in the spring back in 2019, the Rams went 12-6 overall, ran into a tough Mount Pleasant team in the first round of the playoffs and lost that game 8-0. But as we said, you go back to the 2018 campaign, they lost in a WPIL championship game against South Fayette 4-1, but then reeled off 4 straight wins in the state playoffs, 4-3 over St. Mary's, 12-0 over Hopewell, 3-2 over Meadville, and they won the state title game over Valley View by a score of 6-4. So it just shows, going back 3 years ago, how talented this Ringgold program was, and under Wally Cameron, they have a pretty good team again this year.
No doubt about it, and the history of athletes out of Ringgold High School in and of itself leads to some concern for anyone that comes in to play Ringgold.
And we're back with the start of this afternoon's game right after this here on WMBS, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, Facebook Live, and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Spring forward to home construction season. First Federal of Greene County's variety of construction and improvement loans puts you in charge of your dream home project. First Federal gives you all of the tools you need with construction loans, owner-builder loans, FHA Title I improvement loans, and home equity loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at firstfederalofgreene.com. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Attorneys from all over the state and nation advertise in southwestern Pennsylvania for personal injury and workers' comp cases, but most of them send their assistants to do the legwork. You might not even meet your attorney until your first hearing.
We're local attorneys, Davis & Davis. We meet directly with our clients, including free consultation, and there are no fees until you receive money on your case. If you've been injured, call Davis & Davis, representing you and your neighbors yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Phone 724-437-2799.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the candidate.
Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Freaky fast, freaky good. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or call 724-437-6800 for delivery or curbside pickup. Jimmy John's, next to Walnut Hill. Shop and save.
Brian Rozak, Gary Frankhauser back here at Laurel Highlands High School, just about set to go. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Ringgold Rams this afternoon. We mentioned Joe Chambers on the mound for Laurel Highlands. This is the second appearance of the season. Worked 2 innings on the road at West Mifflin, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, struck out 2, did not walk any batters, faced 9 batters during the course of that game against West Mifflin, and that was a week ago Wednesday. Gary, what do you expect to see here this afternoon?
Well, I hope we see the Mustang bats staying on track and putting the ball in play. And defensively, the Mustangs have shown that they have a pretty good sense of where they are defensively also. And you have Kumar at short, Sankovic over at third base, and at second base, we always have Braden McKnight. He's getting a chance out there, too. So the Mustangs defensively will have to back up the pitcher, Joe Chambers, getting his first start.
A warm day for high school baseball. Game time temperature 78 degrees under cloudy skies as Joe Chambers finishes up his last couple of warm-up tosses. The Mustangs in their home whites, red numbers trimmed in blue. A little bit of a different look from the Ringgold Rams. Traditionally, you see a lot of blue and gold. Not much gold, just a little gold trim around the numbers for Ringgold. And they have light blue jerseys, dark blue numbers, and dark blue pants.
It must be their away grays.
Yes, their away grays. Gary will bring you the first inning here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live. Gary, take it away.
Thanks, Brian. Due up for Ringgold, Joey Shoemaker, Chad Barrett, and Eli Calloway, as Joey Chambers will bring it to the plate. First pitch a little high for ball 1.
Shoemaker, a 6', 170 senior, coming in with a 267 average and an RBI, as Gary said, playing center field this afternoon.
1-0 offering. Chambers to Shoemaker. That's on the outside corner for a called strike.
I have to thank our WMBS video stream sponsors here today, Ted Silva and Son Auto and Fender Repair and M&R Transit in Uniontown.
Getting a lot of airtime. Would we have over 3,000 on the last?
Yes, we did.
There's a little nubber back to Chambers at the mound. Easy play over to Zach Koffler for the 1-3 putout. It's a good start for Joe Chambers. 3 pitches and 1 out.
Our South Union Township live stream sponsors today include the Sprouse Insurance Group, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, SWGI in Uniontown, Zebuley, Mahalov and White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys, and UPMC Centers for Rehab Services.
Joe comes with his first breaking pitch, just a little low in the dirt. As stepping in, Chad Barron.
Barron, a 5'9", 160 junior, batting .214 with 3 RBIs so far this season.
1-0 pitch, fastball, little above the letters. Joe not getting the call there.
Talking to Wally Cameron, Gary, before the game, he said it's been tough to scout. Obviously, no spring baseball last year. He actually went back, was watching some of our broadcasts of the Laurel Highlands playoff run from 2 years ago just to get a feel what this Laurel Highlands team might look like this week.
2-0 pitch on the inside corner with the fastball, 2-1. 1 out here. We're just underway. Top of the first inning, Mustangs and the Rams.
And we mentioned it a lot on Saturday, but so many of these teams in the same boat with no spring season a year ago.
Joe gets the signals, nods at the catcher, 2-1 pitch. There's a shot right at us. Off the press box.
Wow, I was ducking.
We have wood, we have plexiglass, and we have steel bars. We still ducked.
I was worried about Jerry's camera, though.
Makes it a 2-2 count. Here's Joe with the offering. Just a little high, runs the count full. Another big crowd here again today, Brian.
All on the hill. Down the third base line. Saw a nice crowd on Saturday. Warmer temperatures, though this afternoon.
Got the tent set up. Ready for some high school baseball. 3-2 pitch. Curveball in there for a called strike 3. Beautiful pitch as Joe shows confidence going to the breaking ball on a 3-2 count.
2 quick outs here in the top half of the first inning. That'll bring up Eli Calloway.
Shortstop wearing number 10. He bats from the left side.
He's a 5'8", 180 sophomore, batting .333 with 2 RBIs.
So Joey with the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. So Joe showing good velocity.
You mentioned great overall athlete, member of the football team, actually got some starts at quarterback this past fall, so a member of the Mustang basketball team.
That fastball's outside for ball 1, 1-1.
He might find his way into the starting rotation for the basketball team next year with the Mustangs losing a few to graduation.
That's a great possibility, and he is a good athlete all around. There's a pitch, 1-1. That's outside, making it 2-1. Mustang outfield straightaway and shallow. Conventional infield setup. Around the infield. Sankovic at third, Kumar at short, McKnight at second, Koffler at first. There's the curveball. He likes that curveball. Got it in there for another strike. Looks like it has a pretty sharp break to it.
Field looking nice as well this season. Some fresh paint in the offseason. School certainly shining on this warm Wednesday afternoon.
Chambers with the delivery, swing and a miss, strike three. So Joe with 2 strikeouts, 1, 2, 3 go to the Rams. The Mustangs will be up here in the bottom of the first. No score here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, WMBS, and the South Union Township Sports Network.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into its season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowls Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowlsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Welcome back to Mustang Field, ready for the bottom half of the first. Here's the defense for the Rams.
Well, defensively for Ringgold, they'll have Ashton Ray out in the left, Joey Shoemaker in center, and Andrew Mackey in right. Round the horn, Gianni Cantini playing third, Eli Callaway playing short, Chad Barrett playing second, and Remington Lessman playing first. Lorenzo Glasser on the mound, and Hunter Mamie is catching. How about the Mustang batting order, Gary?
Leading off, Caden Early. He's a center fielder, batting second. Pitcher Joe Chambers batting third. Nick Kumar, the shortstop, batting fourth in that cleanup slot. Zach Koffler, the first baseman. Alex McLean behind the plate is batting fifth. The designated hitter, Braden O'Brien, at the sixth spot. In the seventh spot, Carson D'Amico playing left field. Third baseman Ty Sankovic at the eighth spot. And in the ninth spot, Braden McKnight playing second base this afternoon.
The Mustangs sporting some pretty good batting averages early on this season, including Caden Early, who's batting .500 with 3 RBIs, going to lead things off. Junior center fielder for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Laurel Highlands looking for their third straight win here this afternoon.
Coming in batting from that left side, and they'll be facing Lorenzo Glasser on the hill for Ringgold.
Try to get you some numbers here on Glasser in just a moment as well, Gary.
Here we go. Infield pulled around a little bit to the right side, and there's a shot into center field, going back, and unable to make the catch right in front of the fence, and pulling up there at second base for the stand-up double. Caden Early gave that one a ride to deep center field. One hopped it right over the center fielder's head, Joey Shoemaker, and first pitch hitting Caden Early with the double.
He did a nice job to slide back into second after he thought about going to third. Then a quick relay came in, and Caden lucky to get back on that second base bag and just getting underneath that tag.
We'll take it. That brings up Joe Chambers with the runner in scoring position here early in the bottom of the first. Curveball by Glasser hits the strike zone. 0 balls and 1 strike to Joe Chambers.
Already Glasser's third appearance of the season, coming in with a 1-1 record. He's worked 4 innings, given up 6 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, walked 7, and only struck out 3.
There's a ground ball outside third base. Coach DeBerry unable to make the play.
He's been touched up a little bit here, Gary, early on in the season.
1-1 is the count.
Mustangs will try to continue that trend here today.
At the very least, Joe trying to move early over to the third. Swings at one outside, got him chasing on that one for strike three. So Joe goes down for the first out. Nick Kumar coming up.
He's batting .750, Gary, with an RBI. Starting shortstop here today. Would be eligible to pitch, but I don't expect to see him out there at all with Chambers getting the start. Just probably giving Nick a few more days off after he won a complete game on Saturday here against West Mifflin.
We heard Coach DeBerry in the pregame say that it would have to be an emergency situation pretty much for Nick to pitch.
Well, discussion early on here between the Ringgold battery. The Mustangs threatening with early on second and one out here in the bottom of the first.
So as you said, Nick might be the only one they have a scouting report on.
Correct, yes. Really the only one that played 2 years ago and started for the Mustangs.
Getting the signals now from Coach DeBerry. Shortstop Callaway trying to hold early on out there at second base. Sneaking in behind. Check of the runner. Runner's going. Fake bunt. Throw down to third, and he is going to be safe. Slide in ahead of the tag. Was very close down there. The sweep tag by third baseman Cantini.
Ringgold bench
Not
didn't
in
like
time.
it. Ringgold bench, you can hear down there, did not like that call at all.
I don't think Cantini did either. It was a bunt strike to Kumar. Time called as Nick steps out. Now looking to bring early home for the early Mustang lead here in the bottom half of the first inning. Here's the pitch. And a grounder down third, slow grounder. Only one play over to first for Cantini, and that will score Caden Early for the first run for the Mustangs. So Nick gets a infield ground ball RBI.
His second RBI of the season. That'll bring up Zach Koffler as the Mustangs strike first and take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Zach playing first base, his usual spot. Will allow Glasser to go from the windup. With two outs now here in the bottom of the first, he steps back, regroups. Zach's showing some power here early in the season.
400 average, 3 RBIs, Mustang senior.
Here's the first pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Kind of froze Zach on that one.
Think we'll see him catch it all this year, Gary?
Well, I don't know. McLean does a very nice job back there, so unless that's an emergency situation, fastball just outside, 1-1.
Only reason I say that, he was Caleb Scott's backup 2 years ago in the spring.
Well, he certainly can do it, but I think maybe he had some knee issues that might prevent him from getting back there. Probably would do it if absolutely necessary. 1-1 pitch, and pulling a string on that change curve had Zach way out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Jerry Dupay behind the camera. Nick Barczyk back inside our Uniontown Hospital studios.
Here's the 1-2. Out off the end of the bat toward the Ringgold dugout.
Mustangs won't play another home game, Gary, until a week from Monday. So they'll have some time off as far as not playing any conference games. They were going to try to play University High next Tuesday, but talking to Mark John just a couple of minutes ago, longtime Laurel Highlands athletic director, looks like that game will not happen.
Fastball a little high, 2-2 now.
Of course, they were scheduled to host Penn Trafford here on Friday, and Penn Trafford canceled that game.
All kind of issues that everyone is facing, all the way from probably Little League. There's a drive down to third. Nice play by Cantini. Short hop grab.
He was off the
base, and he's going to call him safe. But Cantini made a great play at third base with that short hop, but pulled first baseman Lessman off the bag slightly, and the umpire right here in front of us with the safe call.
How you score that one, Gary?
Alex McLean.
I had plenty of time, so we're going to have to score that an error on third on the throw after he made a great play.
Now bring up Alex McLean, who enters with a .333 average and 5 RBIs, junior catcher for the Mustangs. And now Ringgold head coach Wally Cameron talking to our home plate umpire.
I think he's getting a warning. He came out of the dugout to protest the call.
There are 2 calls they didn't like in that half inning so far.
It's a little home cooking for the Mustangs.
They'll take it.
Here's the pitch to McLean, swing and a miss for strike 1.
And both calls were close, bang plays.
I'm sure Jerry will have the replay on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Appreciate you folks checking in on our live video stream this afternoon as well.
Glasser with the 0-1. There's a ground ball again to shortstop and deep in the hole. Can he make the play? He does not. Another great play out there at shortstop. That was Callaway, but deep in the hole, long throw, and beating the throw to first base was McLean. So now we have first and second with 2 outs.
Have to score that infield single.
Absolutely.
To get a courtesy runner here as well for the catcher McLean. That'll be Brett Lemansky on to run. We saw early as the courtesy runner the Mustangs used most of the day on Saturday, and he got things started here with a double to center field. Ray scored a run here in the bottom half of the first inning.
So the designated hitter O'Brien with an opportunity to add on, and he rips one into center field. That is a shot right up the middle, and that's going to get away from the center fielder. It's going to score at least 1 run, and they're going to hold the runner at third, Lemansky, the courtesy runner, but scoring on the RBI single by O'Brien is Koffler.
Also have to score an error there to Shoemaker to allow O'Brien to get down to second. O'Brien does pick up the RBI. And Kumar, the run scored. Now check that. Koffler, the run scored. Yep.
Correct.
Make it 2-0 Laurel Highlands here in the bottom of the first inning.
So you got to figure that is an unearned run.
Correct. And 2 errors here in the bottom of the first inning committed by the Rams.
First pitch to Carson D'Amico, the left fielder for the Mustangs, in for a strike.
Carson hitting .600 with 4 RBIs so far this season.
All on Saturday in that win over West Mifflin. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just a little bit low, 1-1.
Going back to the last at bat with O'Brien, good to see these guys getting an opportunity in the lineup and making the most of it. We saw it with D'Amico on Saturday, and then O'Brien coming through as the DH here today, getting an RBI single.
That was a rocket, too, right up the middle.
He's only a sophomore, so certainly a bright future ahead.
Stepping out now, D'Amico wants to rethink it. Glasser now with the 1-1 pitch. Foul back. 1-2.
You have to like the Mustang run production as of late. We mentioned 11 runs scored on Saturday, 10 yesterday afternoon, and that early start against Ringgold. That game was a 12 noon start down at Ringgold.
Quick turnaround.
Yes. We're going to see all of that this year, these back-to-back series. Something new the WPIL has instituted this year just to really make it so these schools cannot get by just using one pitcher.
That pitch a little outside. 2-2 now. Carson D'Amico looking for something that he can drive with 2 men in scoring position. Mustangs already on top, 2-0 here just in the bottom of the first. There's a drive up the middle again and gets through for a single. That's going to score 1, now 2 for the Mustangs. So 2 RBIs again for Carson D'Amico.
He likes these TV radio games here, Gary. 6 RBIs in the 2 games we've brought you so far this season here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Tribble Live High School Sports Network. D'Amico came in with a .600 average, and he'll add to it there.
That'll bring up Ty Sankovic, the 8th Mustang, to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Glasser throwing a lot of pitches here in the bottom of the first. There's another drive. This one to second base. On to first baseman Lessman. Barron to Lessman for the out, but not before the Mustangs put 4 on the board with 4 hits in the inning. At the end of the first inning, it's Laurel Highlands 4, Ringgold nothing here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Trib Live Sports Radio.
When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 57th year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva and Son offers collision service, minor repairs, frame and body repair, and glass installation. They will gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they will work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva and Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it is the goal of Ted Silva and Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Family owned and operated for 57 years. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair LLC, proud to sponsor local high school sports.
Hunter Mamie, Gianni Cantini, and Remington Lessman coming to bat for Ringgold here in this top half of the second inning, but Laurel Highlands scoring 4 runs, sending 8 men to the plate in the bottom half of the first inning. Off to a nice start here, Gary, this afternoon.
Sure are, and that first inning was pretty impressive for Joe Chambers, too. 1-2-3 inning with just 12 pitches, according to my count.
Now running into the meat of this Ringgold batting lineup, Mamie from the cleanup spot, 6 foot 185 sophomore, batting .444 with 2 RBIs so far this season for the Ringgold Rams. Certainly in an early hole here this afternoon.
Can't be overconfident if you're the Mustangs, though. Stay with your game plan, concentration, everyone stay in the game.
Again, with a win here this afternoon, Laurel Highlands would improve to 3-1, both overall and in the conference. Here's Joe Chambers, first pitch on the way, and first pitch swinging there from Mamie. High fly ball into right field, and making the grab there, Jace Hampy for the first out of the inning.
Nice running catch going toward the foul line there. Hampy had to go a good 20 yards to grab that one with his left-handed glove.
Now Gianni Cantini coming to the plate. Cantini, a 6 foot 185 sophomore, batting .500 with 6 RBIs. Chambers, first pitch to Cantini, high and inside for ball 1. We mentioned the Mustangs' next conference opponent will be Bell Vernon. They were scheduled to play West Mifflin this week, but the Titans running into a couple of COVID issues, postponing that series. And the Leopards might actually have 4 conference games to play next week if West Mifflin's able to play. And that could factor into really bogging down their pitching a little bit.
That's for sure. That many games back-to-back is really a difficult situation for any high school team.
Next pitch to Cantini, low. Count now moves to 2-1. 1 out as we work here in the top half of the second inning. Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold by a score of 4-0. Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Jerry Dupay behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Unionstown Hospital studios. 2-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball missing low and outside. Moving the count to 3-1 to Gianni Cantini. A lot of young guys in this Ringgold lineup. In fact, you look at Callaway batting third as sophomore. Mamie as sophomore. Cantini as sophomore. Remington Lessman due up next also as sophomore in this Ringgold lineup. In fact, they have 6 or 7 sophomores in the rotation here today. And that pitch high and inside for ball 4. So Cantini drawing the walk.
First base runner for Ringgold.
Batting 6 and playing first.
And now Remington Lessman will come to the plate. Lessman, they list him with some pretty good size. 6'3", 220, a sophomore. Trying to get the bat going a little bit this season. Coming in with just a 214 average. Looking for his first RBI. Lefty against the righty Joe Chambers. Showing bunt. Pops it up. Chambers with the catch. And getting back to the bag there, Cantini, avoiding getting doubled up.
Nice play there off the mound by Joe Chambers as he had to sprint to the third base line to make that catch off the mound. falling a little bit to the first base side with his follow-through. Made that a little bit of a difficult play.
Another sophomore, Ashton Ray, coming to the plate, 6'2", 180 pounds. Just 1 of 10 at the plate so far this season is Ray, and Chambers making a little courtesy throw over to the first base bag and Zach Koffler. Just trying to keep Cantini honest over there. Chambers another glance in that direction. Now delivers to Ray. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Our buddy Jonathan Guth checking in on our Facebook live stream along with Valerie Knapp. Valerie rooting on Andrew Mackey from the Ringgold Rams this afternoon.
It's really a nice
Runner
thing.
going, breaking ball in there for a strike throw, down to second, throws there in time, but the tag is not. And getting in with a stolen base there is Cantini.
Throw a little bit on the shortstop side, having to go over and grab that ball for the Mustangs. Braden McKnight, the second baseman. By that time, the base runner Cantini easily sliding in.
Sorry, I interrupted your thought there, Gary. You're going to say something was nice.
Oh, that we have the live stream for the visiting teams.
And here's a little chopper on the left side getting through. That might plate a run here for the Rams. Cantini, Noah's going to hold up at third. That quick relay coming in there from Carson D'Amico. Now put runners on the corners here with 2 outs.
D'Amico playing very shallow out there, charging that ball nicely, coming up with it cleanly, and the third base coach for Ringgold holding up Cantini at third. So first and third now with 2 outs brings up Ashton Ray.
Could have saved a run there depending on what happens here with Andrew Mackey. So Ashton Ray picking up his second hit of the season, putting runners on the corners. Now Andrew Mackey, a 5'7", 155 sophomore at the plate. And he takes ball 1 from Joe Chambers. So a big spot here for the Rams. They try to get back into this game early on, down 4-0. Chambers 1-0 pitch here to Mackey. Fastball, a little number down the first base line. Koffler keeps it in front of him, and he'll tag the runner directly to record the third out of the inning. So the Mustangs get out of a little mini jam here as the Rams strand 2. It'll head to the bottom of the second. Laurel Highlands leading Ringgold 4-0 here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
At Uniontown Hospital, we have recently expanded our radiology services to include multiple types of interventional radiology. With the use of high-resolution digital imaging, we can now offer area residents a faster, less invasive alternative to traditional surgery for many procedures, including biopsy, Infusiport, epidural steroid injection, joint injections, and many more. This new line of services offers our patients the chance to have significantly reduced recovery times and often results in less pain and trauma. And with a reduced cost compared to traditional surgeries, interventional radiology helps our patients afford the care they need. So if you need a surgical procedure, consider your community hospital, where we are always friends, neighbors, and family, caring for friends, neighbors, and family. Uniontown Hospital, making a healthy difference in the lives we touch.
Moving now to the bottom of the second inning, Braden McKnight, Caden Early, and Joe Chambers coming to bat for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs sent 8 men to the plate in the bottom half of the first inning, scoring 4 runs. And they'll try to continue that here against Lorenzo Glasser.
Well, you'd like to see that, and the bottom of the lineup for the Mustangs is no slouch. They've shown that they are able to put the ball in play also, and just the 9th batter and then back to the top is a nice thing for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the second.
Mustangs getting 2 RBIs from Carson D'Amico. Nick Kumar also drove in a run for Laurel Highlands in that bottom half of the first inning.
Brian, you mentioned that coaching staff for Ringgold, and they've been there for a while. A former Mustang was on the coaching staff, and I'm not sure if he's still on the coaching staff or not. Cody Gibson, who played for the Mustangs back when my son was playing, is a math teacher down at Ringgold, and he was on the coaching staff for a while, but I'm not sure if he's
They don't have them listed here. You have Don Roberts, Wally Cameron, Jeff Lessman, David Ray, Chris Zolay, Luke Glasser,
so maybe
Joe
Cody.
Pusatiri, and Brandon Wyvert, all listed as coaches. They have a big staff there.
Yeah.
First pitch fouled off there by Braden McKnight. Counted 0-1. And Laurel Highlands coming in with a 2-1 record. Ringgold 2-2. This is their opening conference series. They had a conference bye week in the opening week of conference play last week. That pitch missing to McKnight. Even the count at 1-1. Glasser long look in here. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Another little sidewinder. Rolled ball 2. So now 2-1 to Braden McKnight. Mustang Jr. came in batting just 143. With a lot of these guys, it takes a little while to warm up. I think we'll see that average peak up for McKnight as well. 1 RBI already for Braden, since this one high in the air on the left side. Ashton Ray getting under to make the grab out there in left field for the first out of the inning. Now I'll bring up the top of the order and Caden Early.
A few clouds high in the sky may give the outfielders a little bit of problem, but no problem with that one. Ashton Ray with the catch out there in left field.
Very fortunate, I think, this early on in April to see the weather that we've been experiencing. Warm temperatures, and even looking at the extended forecast, the weather expected to stay nice for the next week and a half. And that pitch might have been nubbed there by Caden Early, counted 0-1.
Nice for all the golf courses in the area. They'll be packed this week and weekend.
I would think so. And try to get out as well. So I think the Mustangs would like to try to play a couple of non-conference games, Gary, if they can, over the next week and a half, trying to stay sharp, but just trying to find somebody to play right now. An early little nubber trying to keep Ray busy out there in left field. It'll be the shortstop Callaway moving back to make the grab for the second out of the inning.
Nice over-the-shoulder grab there by Callaway, going out into shallow left field for the second out.
As of right now, the only non-conference game that Laurel Highlands has on the schedule, it looks like it will be played, will be next Thursday down at Connellsville until they host Bell Vernon here a week from Monday. Now Joe Chambers at the plate. He'll swing at the first pitch, and again popped up in the infield. And making the grab there, the second baseman, Chad Barrett, for the third out of the inning. So 1-2-3. Bottom half of the second inning. It's still 4-0 Laurel Highlands after 2 here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dent? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. Need a touch-up or full body paint job? Our water-based paint system gives the best match for your color. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports teams and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and Save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
We're back here for the top of the third. Here's Gary to bring you the action.
Leading off for Ringgold here for the top of the third, Lorenzo Glasser. He'll be followed by Shoemaker and Barron.
Could look at some of the folks there in the crowd as Jerry Dupay pans on the far side.
So Joe Chambers moving into the third inning. I have him at about 25 pitches, but I am completely unofficial.
Have him give you the clicker this afternoon?
I've been doing them the old-fashioned way.
Okay. I got the clicker for you.
Throw down to second. We're ready for action here in the top half of the third. Mustangs on top 4-0. Someone brought their tent out there along the third base line. Nice touch to get out of the sun.
At this point, though, of the year, Gary, I'll take all the vitamin D I can get.
Absolutely. Glasser. Chambers on the mound. From the windup, fastball low and outside for ball one. Quick first inning for Joe Chambers 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Ran into a little bit of problem in the second. That one's low, ball 2. Inning finishing with runners at first and third, able to get out of that with no damage.
What's interesting, Gary, is both of these teams' next series will be against Belle Vernon. Ringgold scheduled to play the Leopards next week as well, playing them on Monday and Tuesday. They'll try to sneak in a non-conference game at Charleroi coming up on Friday afternoon.
Fastball in there, fouled back by Glasser. 2 balls and a strike now. Leading off the third inning, Lorenzo Glasser pitching for Ringgold.
Ringgold will host Belle Vernon on Monday and then play under the lights in Ross Traver Township on Tuesday.
Fastball, he did get the call in the outside corner. 2-2.
And Belle Vernon, the favorite among most of the prognosticators to start the season as far as winning the conference this year. Are also ranked in the top 5 in 4A. The Mustangs flying a little bit under the radar to start the season just because they would have lost such a big group of seniors if we would have had a spring season last year.
Glasser hanging tough with the foul back on the 2-2 pitch. Count remains. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Count runs full.
The only other conference game played yesterday saw Uniontown sneak by Greensburg-Salem 11-10. We'll see the Red Raiders on WMBS coming up on Mondays. They host Elizabeth Ford, and we'll have a live video stream of that one for you as well on the WMBS Facebook page. Uniontown, a lot of strong young players on their team as well this year.
Call, strike 3 on the inside corner. Glasser kind of backing away from that a little bit, but Chambers getting the call. Strike 3.
And the last conference series of the year will be Uniontown and Laurel Highlands. It'll be nice to see, Gary, both of those teams in playoff contention, with those games being very meaningful. In fact, it's the first time since 2016 that Uniontown and Laurel Highlands have been in the same baseball conference.
Sure would. Fastball a little high now to Joey Shoemaker. Grounded to the pitcher his first time up.
We've seen in a lot of sports, obviously football now, Uniontown playing as an independent, and then in basketball, Uniontown playing in 4A and Laurel Highlands playing in 5A. The rivalry losing a little bit of a luster, but nice to see the two teams, at least for this year and next year, back in the same conference for high school baseball.
You're right about that. As Joe comes with the curveball, he's shown good control with that curve. 1-1. Goes back to the breaking pitch, this time in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think we'll see a lot of these teams in the conference this year pretty evenly matched, and we've seen that at least early on with Elizabeth Ford and Greensburg-Salem splitting a series, West Mifflin and Laurel Highlands also splitting a series.
Ground ball, slow one to shortstop Nick, and he could not come up with it, trying to be a little quick with the transition from glove to hand, and we'll have to give Nick a error on that one.
Yeah, rare to see Nick make a mistake in the infield. Usually pretty sure-handed out there for Laurel Highlands.
Ball traveling very slowly through the grass infield. He had to charge and knew he had to be quick to get it over to first base, but unable to make that play. So 1 on, 1 out brings up Chad Barrett, the second baseman for Ringgold. Throw over, and just getting back, diving back, is Shoemaker. Got to believe he has pretty good speed.
Yeah, leadoff hitter. The Rams have had some opportunities. They stranded 2 back in the top of the second inning, and now have Shoemaker aboard here with 1 out in the top of the third, but down 4-0.
High fastball to Barron. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the inning.
Kathy Hudock checking in on our live stream, rooting on Remington Lessman this afternoon. Feel free to post any comments on the live stream. We'll pass along a hello to you as well.
Throw over to first again. Gets away from Koffler, but no damage as Shoemaker was back easily.
Rodney Gallagher checking in and saying hello as well, Gary. Good to see Rod watching the broadcast this afternoon.
Here's the pitch, foul back. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Chad Barrett. See, our friends the Bees are back here.
Yes. Well, you mentioned on Saturday they weren't out yet. It only took a couple of days. all this natural wood in the press box. Sure they'll have some hives here soon.
Throw over again and diving back, making Shoemaker dive back, keeping him honest over here, but he has a nice lead and might see Ringgold put him in motion, get him in scoring position. There he goes, foul back. So he'll have to retreat back to first base. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Barrett with 1 out, hit and run on that time.
Certainly miss our buddy Barry Rosner here during the spring season as well.
No doubt about that. What a fixture he was for many, many years here at Laurel Highlands. One-two pitch. Stepping back is Chambers. Mustangs looking for a ground ball for that double play. Timeout again. This time Barrett calls timeout, so turnabout, fair play. Chambers to the plate, strike. Ooh, 3 called, now throw down to first. Late call by the home plate umpire, but it looked like a strike from here, and that's the second strikeout looking in the inning for Chambers.
4th overall strikeout of the game for Joey.
Eli Callaway will come up now with 2 outs, and Shoemaker still on at first.
And Callaway, one of those strikeout victims, to end the first inning. Came in with a .333 average and 2 RBIs.
Again, batting from the left, there the runner goes, and McLean kind of juggled that one. No problem for Shoemaker to beat the throw into second. Good grab there by Coomer as the ball was in the dirt.
Very nice throw there from McLean as well, though, just to get it down there. You mentioned a little bit low, but still had nice velocity on it. And Nick came pretty close to getting Joey Shoemaker over there at second, but now Shoemaker in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Kind of juggled it as he came up out of his stance as a catcher, and it's high and outside for 2-0.
Have to thank the Kumars for bringing up a nice little cooler of water for us, Gary, keeping us refreshed on this warm Wednesday afternoon.
He's such a nice guy, that Larry.
He's helping us with our TV scoreboard as well this afternoon. I have to thank Larry for doing that.
Fastball low and outside. That one gets away from McLean, so allows Shoemaker to scoot into third, uncontested.
Ashley Thurby Colasar checking in as well. She said the Colasars are watching Go Mustangs. She empathizes with us on the bees in the press box from her JV baseball bookkeeping days. How about that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashley, for checking in.
3-0 now. 2 outs in the inning. Top of the 3rd. Mustangs on top, 4-0. Chambers trying to come back here, but 4-pitch walk now to Callaway will put runners at first and third and brings up the cleanup hitter, Hunter Mamie.
And Ashley's husband, Rich, of course, the football coach at Laurel Highlands, had a birthday earlier on this week, so happy birthday to Rich.
Rooting on the Mustang baseball squad.
He was a member of this coaching staff as well for a number of years before getting the head football job. Good to see, still very interested in the program. Of course, Ashley's family, our good friends at Thurby's Riverside Ford up there in the mountains as well.
So Hunter Mamie, who flew out to right field, well-hit ball back in the 2nd inning, will get a chance now with runners on first and third. There's a strike at the knees on the outside corner. So Joe trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here in the top half of the 3rd. McLean comes out in front of home plate and gives the signals to his infield as to what he intends to do in the event the runner takes off. There's the 0-1 to Mamie, high and inside, 1-1.
Another good spot here for Ringgold, Gary, to try to get back into this game, just like we saw in the top of the 2nd inning. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs.
You would think they're going to put Callaway in motion here. Curveball in there for strike 2. So Chambers going to that hook quite often when he needs to, but effective pitch. Now Joe with the signal. Good lead over here at first base is Eli Callaway. There's a pitch, foul back. Good fastball there by Chambers, but getting a piece and staying alive, Hunter Mamie. Good spot here for Chambers to try to erase these runners. Curveball just outside, missing that time. Count now 2-2. Joe now with the stretch. Checks the runners. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Joe Chambers gets out of another jam and strands 2 more Ringgold runners. Will go to the bottom of the third with the Mustangs still on top 4-0 here on WMBS, Triple Live High School Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Visit C. Harper Chevy. Drive away in a new 2020 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMS for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash back. Lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is for tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit charperchevy.com.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the development of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety regulations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market or online at pharmacy.com.
And you're back, Gary.
Here we go with the bottom half of the third inning due up for the Mustangs. Nick Coomer, Zach Koffler, Alex McLean. Mustangs with that 4-0 lead, still facing Lorenzo Glasser working into the third inning. I have him unofficially at about 38 pitches for 2 innings.
Mustangs really made him work in the first, but he retired Laurel Highlands in order, 1-2-3 in that bottom half of the second inning.
Let's see if the Mustangs can touch him up a little bit more here in the bottom half of the third.
The meat of the Mustangs order coming to the plate, Kumar, Koffler, and McLean. All 3 productive at-bats first time around. Kumar, that RBI ground ball. Koffler reached on an air, scored a run. McLean, an infield single, scored a run.
Up first for Laurel Highlands, the shortstop, Nick Kumar.
Mustangs with 8 men to the plate in the first and went down 1-2-3 in the second.
They were swinging early at a lot of those at-bats in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, very short inning pitch-wise for Glasser. Just 6 pitches, I believe, in the inning. From the windup now, gets his signal, rocks in, deals, and there's another ground ball outside the third base line. DeBerry able to make the play this time.
I like to see, though, the guys aggressive swinging early on. I think that's a lot of the problem with Major League Baseball these days. These guys take so many pitches, and you're seeing 4-hour games becoming the norm.
That's not happening early against the Pirates.
They got rocked 14-1 yesterday. I think at last check they're down, 7-0 this afternoon.
They lost. Chad Cole had a bad outing.
A lot of the Pittsburgh teams giving up a lot of goals and runs. I think the Penguins have given up 15 goals in their last 2 games.
That one's in a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike now to Nick.
I was optimistic last week. You had the Pirates win their opener. Penguins on a long winning streak. And this week, a little bit of a rough start.
There's a little looper over the second baseman's head, in for a single. So nice at bat there for Nick. As he goes to right with that outside pitch, leadoff single. Will bring up Zach Koffler.
You headed down for opening day tomorrow, Gary?
Nope, can't do that. Too much happening in the office.
Yes.
So.
Now batting, first baseman, Zach Koffler.
I know you've tried to get down there a couple of times in past years.
I think I made it about 20 years in a row.
Wow.
Before I missed the opening day. So now having to work from the stretch, Lorenzo Glasser facing Zach Koffler. Throw over. No tag.
What are they holding capacity to tomorrow?
Well, they said it was going to be 25%, so I'm thinking it's not going to be more than like 5,000.
Yeah, it holds like 38, so maybe upwards of close to 10, but we'll see.
First pitch to Koffler in the dirt for a ball.
And Koffler came in with a 400 average, 3 RBIs. We mentioned got on via an error and scored a run back in the bottom of the first inning. Laurel Highlands leading here 4-0 as we work in the bottom of the third.
Glasser checks the runner. Runner going, fakes bunt, and no throw down as Nick showing speed down to second base. He must have got that from his mother. Strike one on the bunt through there by Koffler, 1-1.
Larry, a Laurel Highlands grad as well.
West Virginia alumni,
yes.
Baseball player. Here's a pitch. Kumar going again. A curveball, throw down to third, and big jump that time by Nick. Unable to hold him on. He now gets down to third. And 2 balls, 1 strike now.
Yeah, the Ringgold dugout chirping again. They didn't like the running lead that Nick took.
Well, they got to hold him on.
Yeah, I didn't think that's a violation of any kind of rules.
I think maybe he was talking to his
players,
own,
maybe.
So 2-1 count now. Koffler with Kumar on third. Fouls this one back. 2-2. Nobody out. Here in the bottom half of the third inning, Laurel Highlands on top, 4-0.
Larry was telling me he actually graduated with Terry Mulholland.
They had a good squad back
Yes.
then. That was a very good baseball team.
He had a future major leaguer as one of your pitchers.
Here's the 2-2. Just a little bit high. Glasser wanted that one. Full count.
You don't hear as much about Terry around the area anymore, do you, Gary?
He lives in Arizona. He comes back once in a while. He swing and a miss, strike 3 to Koffler. Nice change of pace there by Lorenzo Glasser. Pulled the string on the curveball change and gets Koffler out in front for the first out of the inning. Brings up Alex McLean. Singled back in the first.
He had a busy major league career, probably just wants some peace and quiet at this time of his life.
Well, his family and everybody's out there. Played against both these gentlemen in County League baseball. Here's a pitch from Glasser. Ground ball up the middle again. Shortstop over, and making the play was Eli Callaway. Nice play up the middle to get the out, but that's going to allow Kumar to score, making it 5-0. An RBI ground out there for Alex McLean.
6 RBIs now in the season for Alex, with Braden O'Brien, who got a hit last time up for Laurel Highlands coming to the plate. Also picked up an RBI.
Good job there by Kumar to get himself around to third in scoring position easily for that ground out.
And D'Amico 2 RBIs, now McLean an RBI, and O'Brien with another hit here.
Pushes that to the right side, just out of the reach of second baseman Chad Barron, who dives to his left, but it rolls into right field for a single.
Batting 7, the left fielder, Carson D'Amico.
So O'Brien gets an opportunity in the lineup here, Gary, and gets 2 hits already this afternoon.
As an RBI.
And a run scored. And he's not done yet with Carson D'Amico coming to the plate.
D'Amico with 2 RBIs with his base hit back in the first.
Lead now at 5-0.
Bryan with a big lead, and there's a check swing out in front of the plate. Glasser on to get it. Over to Lessman to end the inning, but the Mustangs do put one on the board. Swing there by D'Amico ends the inning with the Mustangs on top, 5-0. We'll go to the top of the fourth here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, WMBS, and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? M&R Transit is now hiring van drivers. Van drivers must be 26 years of age, have a valid driver license, and a clean driving record. Van drivers must be able to obtain all clearances. For more information, call 724-439-3164. That's 724-439-3164, or apply in person at M&R Transit, 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue. M&R Transit wishes the Laurel Highlands Mustangs good luck.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. With a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, 724-437-7500.
Moving to the top half of the fourth inning here at Landman Field at Laurel Highlands High School. The Ringgold Rams with Gianni Cantini, Remington Lessman, and Ashton Ray coming to the plate. And Gary, you look back at the last two innings, Ringgold's actually stranded 4 runners. They've had their opportunities.
They have, and good job by Joe Chambers getting out of those jams, but Ringgold looking for some timely hitting to help them get some runs across.
Lead now at 5-0 for Laurel Highlands. Again, we're working here in the top half of the fourth inning.
Joe trying to probably get through at least 4 innings, maybe, and start the 5th. It depends on what happens this inning. You would think with his first start, Coach DeBerry would be a little bit careful, not going too far with too many pitches for Joe.
He had pitched 2 innings of relief work back on March the 30th at West Mifflin. Facing Cantini here to lead off the top of the fourth, and the first pitch in there for a strike right at the knees, 0-1.
Mustang outfield swung around to the right side. A lot of room down the left field line.
Now the 0-1 pitch on the way, another fastball. This one chopped here to Nick at short, and it gets through. Out in the left field, Carson D'Amico with the relay coming in, so Nick's had a couple of tough ones there at short this afternoon.
That's another short hop, and he just kind of olayed that one.
So Cantini aboard, and Ringgold with another base runner to start this top half of the fourth inning with Remington Lessman coming to the plate. And Lessman attempted a bunt and popped one up back to Joe Chambers back in the second inning. Chambers now working from the stretch. Another fastball in there for a strike. Lessman a lefty. First baseman coming in with a .214 average, 6'3", 220 pounds.
He's probably on the football team, you would think.
He's one of 7 sophomores in the lineup for Ringgold today. Chambers a long look in, now time taken.
Lessman was frozen there. He chose to call timeout. Good move.
Now Chambers will deliver, and that pitch, and therefore a strike as well. Now 0-2 to Remington Lessman.
Joe with the 5-0 lead, looking to work outs here in the top half of the fourth inning.
Check the runner. Back safely, head for a slide there, Cantini. Cantini's been on board in both of his plate appearances. He came in with a .500 average, walked and stole a base back in the second inning, now getting on VNR here in the fourth. Chambers again from the stretch. Next pitch to Lessman with the runner going, fouled off there by Remington. So Cantini will have to make his way back to first, and the count now at 0-2.
Big jump there by Cantini. Definitely had that one stolen. But the hit and run was on, and Lessman took a rip at it.
Now the 0-2. Chambers to Lessman. Breaking ball. Did he get him? No. Little low and inside.
Tough one to take there for
Yes, I thought so too. Chambers already with 5 strikeouts in this game, looking for number 6 with a 1-2 count. Now against Remington Lessman. Chambers taking his time, runner going again, and it's a little nubber here to second, making the play. McKnight over to Koffler to record the out, advancing Cantini down to second.
Runner on the move there, no chance to make a play at second, so doing the right thing there, getting it over to first base, McKnight, and as we said, Chambers will take outs at this point.
There's a 5-0 lead right now for Laurel Highlands, now on outs. Here in the top half of the 4th inning, Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Jerry Dupay behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Uniontown Hospital studios, and Larry Kumar helping us out as well with the scoreboard you see on our Facebook Live feed as that one fouled off by Ashton Ray down the third base line. Ray picked up his 2nd hit of the season with a single to left field back in the 2nd inning. Now behind 0-1 here against Joe Chambers.
Joe now with 8 pitches in the inning.
Glance back at second, now he'll step off the mound.
As in mid to high 50s for the game.
I will glance back there at second. A fastball from Chambers, finding the strike zone to Ashton Ray, who's now behind 0-2. Got our next broadcast of Mustang baseball, currently scheduled for a week from Monday. It'll be April the 19th here against Bell Vernon, but that could change if Laurel Highlands adds another game next week. On the Arthur Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show a week from Monday at 3:45. First pitch set for 4 o'clock, and that one popped up here on the right side. Getting under it from right field, Jace Hampy to make the catch, and with that shallow fly ball, Cantini's going to have to hold at second, and that's your second out here in the top half of the 4th inning. We will have the Uniontown Elizabeth Forward game on Monday for you as well from Bailey Park. Tony Hanola is going to join me for that one. Jerry Dupay will be behind the camera with our WMBS live stream on Monday. That'll be a 3:30 start, 3:15 Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show.
Nice atmosphere down there at Bailey Park.
Yes. I have to thank the city of Uniontown for their help trying to get some power issues worked out for us as well in preparation for that game coming up on Monday. Next pitch here from Chambers, high and outside to the sophomore Mackey. Evens up the count at 1-1. So Ringgold again, a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in an inning. They've stranded 4 the last 2 innings, trying to bring Cantini around. That pitch missing low to Andrew Mackey. Andrew looking for his first hit of the season in limited action. 5'7", 155 sophomore.
Sporting a brace on his left knee.
Count now at 2-1. Their fastball missing low, and Mackey an opportunity maybe to get aboard here with the count now at 3-1. Chambers again taking his time. Glance back at second. 3-1 pitch here to Mackey. It took a little bit off that one, but it misses for ball 4. So here we go again, Gary. 2 outs here in an inning for Ringgold, and now 2 men on base. They've stranded runners at first and third the last 2 innings. Have runners at first and second here with Lorenzo Glasser coming to the plate. Glasser struck out looking to start the top half of the 3rd inning.
So Joe trying to work himself out of another jam here in the 4th.
Glasser takes the first pitch outside. Mustangs now looking for a strike here from Chambers.
Here comes Coach DeBerry to check him out.
And good spot here just to talk to your pitcher and just make sure that everything's going well. Whole infield in here now for Laurel Highlands.
And Coach DeBerry, Scott, has one of the slowest walks I've ever seen out of the dugout to the mound. So he gets some additional rest based on his slow walk to the mound.
He became a grandfather on Easter Sunday as well, so congratulations to Coach DeBerry.
That's awesome. Probably just, again, trying to settle Joe down a little bit, give him a little bit of a breather, tell him to make him hit the ball. Don't try to nibble.
He's probably a little tired, too. A lot going on. Casually make his way back to the dugout.
Coach DeBerry, absolutely.
Yes.
Those grandkids will wear you out, and I can tell you about it.
And you've been busy with them the last couple of weeks as well. Another one fouled off there by Glasser. Joe will take that. Count out 1-1.
Good pitch there by Joe, just coming into the heart of the plate, make him work for it.
There's a cool breeze blowing in from left field right now.
Cloud shadowing the infield right now.
A little after 5 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Breaking ball missing low. And you're listening and watching high school baseball here on WMBS Uniontown, the South Union Township Sports Network, the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. Now Chambers trying to finish off Lorenzo Glasser. Counted 2-1. Another pitch missing here. Now the count moves to 3-1. A walk would load the bases, and you wonder how long is the leash right now on Chambers, yet to yield a run.
Just allowing one hit.
Now these last couple of batters have been a little bit tougher to get through. 3-1 now to Glasser. See how aggressive he is at the plate. He'll take one here and the pitch in for a strike, and we go full with 3-2.
That'll allow the runners to take off on the pitch, and not holding here at first, he'll have a huge lead. Runners able to move with the pitch.
A payoff pitch here to Glasser, and Chambers will step off the mound. And Chambers has struck out 5 so far in this game. Opportunity to get his 6th strikeout. Facing the 6', 165 sophomore Lorenzo Glasser, who gets a piece of this one and sends it into right field with the runners moving. At least one run will score on the play. Quick relay coming in, and actually Mackey held it second, but Glasser doing his job there with a big-time hit. And the Ringgold Rams into the scoring column for the first time this afternoon. It's 5-1.
Clutch hitting there by Lorenzo Glasser, 9th man in the order, pushes it to right field over the outreach hands of Zach Koffler. RBI single for Lorenzo Glasser.
Now the top of the order, and Joey Shoemaker coming to bat for the 3rd time in this game. Shoemaker grounded out 1-3 back in the 1st inning, reached via an error in the 3rd inning. Mustangs still sticking with Joey Chambers as Laurel Highlands leads by 4 at 5-1. Glasser had entered the game, Gary, without a hit. So that was his first hit of the season, coming at a key time. Look out here, throw down to 3rd, and that ball just getting away from Tyler Sankovic. And they pretty much had the runner there dead to rights.
Ball got away from McLean to his left, and it just kind of rolled, but he was able to retrieve it quickly and throw down to 3rd, as you said. Mackey sliding in, but a better throw would have had him.
Hey, Mackey at 3rd, Glasser at 2nd. And a pitch in there for a strike to Joey Shoemaker. Got now 1-1 to Shoemaker. Next pitch on the way, and another rip. Look out here. This will one-hop in front of the center fielder, Caden Early, and score a pair of runs. And just like that, Gary, it's 5-3 as both Mackey and Glasser score on the play. 2 RBIs for Joey Shoemaker. Has now driven in 3 runs so far this season, and that's going to be it for Joey Chambers. Pitching change here for the Mustangs. He'll lead it 5-3 with Ringgold still threatening. Here in the top half of the 4th inning, we'll step aside for a 90-second timeout. And when we come back, we'll tell you about the new Mustang pitcher here on the C.R. Barada Group High School Sports Day.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Visit Sea Harbor Chevy East and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMS or well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231 or visit SeaHarborChevyEast.com.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Prime Rosak, Gary Frankhauser back at Laurel Highlands High School. And Gary, boy, this game changed in a hurry. Braden McKnight now into pitch, switching positions with Joe Chambers, who remains in the game to play second base.
And Joe goes 3 2/3 innings, giving up the 3 runs. I would have to say that these runs are unearned at this point.
Because you had the error to lead off the inning when Cantini got aboard.
Correct. And Chambers goes to second base, replaces McKnight, who goes on to pitch for the Mustangs.
And according to the stats I have in front of me, this will be McKnight's first appearance of the season. He's yet to pitch for Laurel Highlands.
Facing Chad Barron, who has 2 strikeouts so far. He's looking to get into the act for the Ringgold Rams.
McKnight missed on the first pitch, so now 1-0 here to Barron. Now time called by Barron. Barron is the 7th Ram to bat in this half inning. He played it 3 runs.
A walk, 2 hits, and an error have assisted Ringgold in getting right back into this game.
Now the 1-0 pitch, and this one sent down the first baseline, will drop in for another hit in front of Jace Hampy. Hampy with the relay coming in, down to third goes Joey Shoemaker with good speed. And Ringgold still alive here with runners on the corners, down 5-3 and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Brings up Eli Calloway, the third batter. Shortstop Eli Calloway struck out in the first, walked in the third.
It looked like Gary was going to be a walk in the park this afternoon for the Mustangs, up 5-0.
You just never know in high school baseball. And Mustangs not taking advantage of a couple opportunities to add on for themselves.
Now Eli Calloway, the 9th Ram to bat here in this half inning. Runners on the corners. McKnight's first pitch is high for ball 1. And talking to Laurel Highlands head coach Scott DeBerry, he told us to start the season, the strength of this Laurel Highlands team was certainly hitting. Pitching would be the question mark, and the pitching might get tested a little bit here this afternoon. There's a fastball in for a strike to Eli Calloway to even up the count at 1-1. And Coach DeBerry told us Nick Kumar would be available on an emergency-only basis this afternoon. And who knows what the next couple of innings have in store for us.
That emergency is looming.
Yes, it is. Big time swing and a miss there from Calloway on a big cut. Count now 1-2.
Mustang outfield pretty much straight away and medium depth for Calloway.
Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. This is a breaking ball and a called strike 3. It was close, but the Mustangs will take it as McKnight comes in to pitch and gets a big strikeout of Calloway with a couple of men on base and 3 runs already across in the top of the 4th. So Ringgold getting a little closer. They're back to within 2 of Laurel Highlands at 5-3 as we move to the bottom of the 4th here on the C. Alvarado Group High School Sports Day.
This is Gary Sisson from Sisson Pre-Owned. If you're looking for a great used car at a great price, give us a call at 724-438-2819 or visit us on the web at SissonPreowned.com. During these trying times, we are doing everything 100% online, from financing to virtual walkarounds and home delivery. Visit us on the web at SissonPreowned.com or give us a call, 724-438-2819. 888-2819.
Maruka's Pizza Shop, located at 64 Barton Mill Road in Uniontown, is your prime place to enjoy local high school sports. Maruka's is family-owned and operated, where pride of ownership certainly shows. The Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, subs, and wings. Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday, 4 to 10 for indoor-outdoor dining and takeout. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MamarukaPizza.com for their menu.
Moving down to the bottom of the fourth inning, Ty Sankovic, Braden McKnight, and Caden Early due up for the Mustangs. Hitters 8, 9, and 1 in the Laurel Highlands batting lineup. And now the Mustangs looking for a few more insurance runs, where their lead, it was at 5-0, now at 5-3 after Ringgold put 3 runs on the scoreboard, sending 8 men to the plate in the top half of the fourth inning. This will be the second plate appearance for Ty Sankovic today, who grounded out 4-3 to end the first inning. Sophomore came in with a .300 average and an RBI, playing third base this afternoon. Facing Lorenzo Glasser, starting his fourth inning of work for the Ringgold Rams. Got touched up a little bit early, Gary, with 4 runs. Has settled down a little bit. The Mustangs did muster a run in that bottom half of the third inning.
Mustangs with 6 hits. As you said, 4 of them coming in the first inning. 1, 2, 3 in the second, and a couple hits in the third, allowing for that run with Kumar advancing around.
Glasser's first pitch into Sankovic finds the strike zone, 0-1. Laurel Highlands looking to improve to 3-1. Ringgold looking for the series splits, and a nice breaking ball there from Glasser, but called a ball to even up the count at 1-1. I thought that was going to find the strike zone.
Our angle a little bit awkward here.
Correct.
Must have been outside.
Right down the first baseline. Now time called. And the count even at 1-1. More position just above first base.
Crowd getting a little restless.
Yes. And it looked like it was just going to be an easy afternoon for the Mustangs, but right now anything but that. And that pitch, a little delayed call, ruled a strike into Sankovic. Count out 1-2.
Mustangs looking to get something started here to answer that 3-run top of the fourth by Ringgold.
Glasser winds and fires. A little sidearm delivery missing outside. Even up the count now at 2-2.
Infield swung all the way around towards the first base side.
Now the 2-2 pitch on the way, breaking ball, and Sankovic pops this one up to shallow left. Could be trouble, and does drop in for a base hit in front of Ashton Ray. So a good start to the bottom half of the fourth inning for Ty Sankovic and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. A single to left field.
Inside pitch that he just inside-outed it down the left field line and just looped it in with the left fielder shading towards center field. No chance there for Ray to come up with that catch.
Now Braden McKnight coming to the plate. McKnight flew out to Ashton Ray to start the second inning. The first pitch on the way, and showing bunt, laying it down the third base line and just going foul. And McKnight had good speed coming down the first base line as well. If that ball could have stayed fair.
Sure did. And he would have had that beat for an infield single and move Sankovic up at the same time, but it just trickled foul.
Sometimes those things just happen.
Got to get it in the grass where it will die. That kind of kicked off the edge of the grass into foul territory. Got to believe he's still bunting.
He is coming around and fouling that one off.
It's now 0-2. He'll have to swing away.
Mustangs with Ty Sankovic on first, leading 5-3. As we work with nobody out in this bottom half of the fourth inning.
Caden Early on deck. Couple nice shots by him so far. Double in the first and a hard ground ball to shortstop.
Another long look in here from Glasser. Counted 0-2 here to McKnight, and that pitch missing. Now 1-2 after a couple of bunt attempts from Braden. Mike Smith coaching first. Scott DeBerry coaching third for Laurel Highlands.
Stankovic with a pretty good lead. Might see him take off.
Now Glasser's 1-2. It's going to be a check of the runner. Head first slide back safely again there from Stankovic. This game has slowed down here a little bit in this fourth inning. Next pitch on the way, in there for strike three, and down goes Braden McKnight.
Just froze him with that curveball. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Brought it in from outside the strike zone to the left-handed hitter, curving it in over the middle of the plate for that strike. Nice pitch there, and good idea by Lorenzo Glasser.
His third strikeout of the afternoon. And give Glasser a lot of credit. We mentioned he got touched up in his prior 2 appearances this season. Yielded 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning here, but has really settled down in this game, and now he just hits Caden Early in the back.
That was way inside. No chance for Early to get out of the way of that. Hit him right between the 1 and the 4 in his back.
Caden a little sore, but seems all right. Now Joe Chambers will come to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th, and Laurel Highlands on top 5-3, and now they'll bring the infield in here for Ringgold. And you wonder what the situation is as far as how long the Rams will stay with Glasser this afternoon as well. We mentioned he settled down a little bit as of late until hitting Early.
With 1 out here in the inning, 2 runners on, the Mustangs might see them go a little small ball here again, Brian.
This is the first visit to the mound that we've seen from Don Roberts.
Glasser with his instructions now.
And you have Early on first, Stankovic on second. Joe Chambers at the plate is 0 for 2 today.
And Ringgold moves their outfield deep. Left field and center field.
Must know he has pretty good power. Also protecting against one maybe sneaking through the gaps there as well.
Glasser just chasing Stankovic back to second. No throw.
As both of these teams playing a little closer to the vest right now. The score now at 5-3. Glasser, another little glance back at second, now delivers that pitch low to Joey Chambers. The count at 1-0.
Glasser has shown some pretty good control. Yet does not have a walk other than the hit batsman.
Chambers struck out swinging in the first, popped up to second baseman Chad Barrett in the second inning. Another step off here from Glasser. It's been a long fourth inning, Gary, on both sides.
That's for sure. A lot of maneuvering back and forth, stepping off.
Rams sent 8 men to the plate, also had a pitching change in the top half of the fourth inning. Now Laurel Highlands 2 on here with 1 out. And that pitch finding the strike zone at the knees of Joey Chambers. Even up the count at 1-1. Even in between pitches, Glasser taking his time.
He's deliberate. No
yes, he is.
That.
Another glance back at second. Now the 1-1 breaking ball missing there. Count now at 2-1 to Joey Chambers. Rams trying to fight their way back into this game. Laurel Highlands threatening again, up 2 at 5-3 after Ringgold scored 3 runs in the top half of this inning. Chambers, the 4th Mustang to bat here in the bottom of the 4th.
Mustangs need to rely on their bats in this situation.
2-1 from Glasser to Chambers. Low for ball 3. Now 3-1.
Don't want to run yourself out of an inning with just 1 out and 2 men on. So you would probably not see Coach DeBerry putting runners in motion in this situation.
Glasser with a 3-1 pitch here to Joey Chambers. Their glance back at Stankovic. A 3-1 on the way, and this ball chopped on the left side, and a diving snare there from Cantini. And he made the tag down at third and sent it over to first for the double play.
Wow.
So a 5-3 double play to end the inning, and a great job there defensively from Gianni Cantini. And we'll go to the top of the fifth. 5-3 Mustangs over the Rams here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply while supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call a dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit CHarperChevy.com.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
And we're back here for the top of the fifth. Gary will bring you all the action.
Thanks, Brian. Dynamic play there by the Ringgold defense. Good thinking there by third baseman Gianna Cantina, making the tag on Sankovic and then throw over to first for the bang out, beating the speedy Chambers to first base. The only thing that could have helped in that situation if Sankovic may have slowed down or stopped in the middle of the base pad and not run into that tag at third base may have resulted in less than a double play.
Yeah, still a nice snare there from Cantini. Again, I want to thank our video stream sponsors for the game today on WMBS, M&R Transit, and Ted Silva and Son Auto and Fender Repair on the South Union Township Sports Network, the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes, United Bank, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, South Union Township Supervisors Robert Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. And I'll get to the rest right after this pitch.
Ground ball to third. Sankovic up with it. On to Koffler, so one pitch, one out for Braden McKnight on in his second inning of relief.
Southwestern Gastrointestinal Specialist, that's WGI, Uniontown, Zebley, Mahaloff and White, Uniontown Business and Bankruptcy Attorneys, and UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive. Jim Burns, Director.
So you like those one pitch, one outs.
Yes.
To start the inning here in the fifth, and that brings up Cantini, who made the nice defensive play to end the Mustang fourth.
McKnight coming on in relief of Joe Chambers back in that fourth inning.
Foul back for an 0-1 count now to Cantini. Walked in the second on an error in the fourth.
Came in with a .500 average, 6', 185 sophomore.
0-1 offering from Braden McKnight. High and inside. 1-1. Mustangs holding on to that 5-3 lead here in the top of the fifth inning. McKnight working exclusively from the stretch. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike two.
And for Laurel Highlands, you'd like to see McKnight get you the rest of the way.
No doubt about that. Gets a signal from his battery mate McLean. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul back, so hanging in there is Gianni Cantini.
It's going to be really interesting, Gary, as this conference season moves on. And we mentioned that West Mifflin had some COVID issues, so both the Titans and Bell Vernon Leopards, they're going to have to play games and basically have to play 4 conference games within a week, how it's going to affect the pitching. And we might see more situations like that if you have some rainouts and you have some COVID issues as the spring progresses.
Fastball by McKnight. Swing and a miss, strike three for the second out of the inning. So good inning so far for Braden McKnight. 2 quick outs.
And I think this season more than any is the pitching really going to be tested here throughout April and into May.
Absolutely. And high school baseball, pitching is at a premium. And if you don't have 3 or 4 reliable pitchers on your staff, you're going to have issues. Lessman checking in, curveball in for a strike, 0-1.
I kind of like the new dynamic that these mini 2-game series have really created, and certainly adds another dynamic to the high school baseball season here in the spring, and certainly brings more strategy into play as well.
Fastball, swing and a miss. So quickly ahead is McKnight over Lessman, 0-2.
There might be some years in the past we could actually have a pitcher maybe go 10 of 14 games if he got lucky the way the schedule played out, but now you're going to need at least 2 good pitchers as far as starters and a couple of good relief guys as well to kind of get you through the conference slate.
Lessman with a foul back over third base. Count remains 0-2.
Probably a scary spot there for some car owners out in that area.
Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Didn't get him to chase. Good thought process there, though, by McKnight with the 0-2 pitch in the dirt, trying to get Lessman to chase one. 1-2, 2 outs here, top of the 5th inning. Mustangs on top, 5-3. 1-2 pitch. Little spinner off the left side. Foul ball. Count will remain 1-2. That one came right off the end of the bat of Lessman and looked like a wedge down the third base line.
Little activity in the Laurel Highlands bullpen right now.
McKnight trying to get out of this inning quickly.
Braden O'Brien loosening up.
McKnight, 1-2 pitch. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. So after the quick 2 outs, ground ball to third and a strikeout, McKnight now dealing to Remington Lessman.
Mentioned this is the first appearance on the mound this season for McKnight. But you really don't know how many pitches he has in him right now, Gary, at this point of the season.
2-2 pitch, ground ball back to McKnight, pitcher over to Koffler. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Braden McKnight. That'll get us to the top of the 6th with the Mustangs still on top, 5-3 here on the Trib Live High
Bottom of the 5th.
I'm sorry, bottom of the 5th. You're exactly right. Mustangs coming to bat here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724-626-9600 or visit Peachin Pharmacy inside the Peachin Market in Connellsville or online at peachinpharmacy.com.
Visit Sea Harbor Chevy East and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is for GMF or well-qualified individuals, 24 months, 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash rate equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is plus tax, title fees, and first payment. Residency restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call dealer for all other details at 724-668-2231 or visit SeaHarborChevyEast.com.
We'll scroll the crowd again as we come back here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live on a sunny Wednesday afternoon. Gary Frankhauser is back with the bottom of the 5th.
Mustangs with the meat of the lineup coming up. Kumar, Koffler, and McLean. See if they can do some damage and put some insurance runs on the board. Glasser working into his 5th inning. I don't have the official count, but he's got to be in the 70s.
Yeah, you would think. Had a couple of long innings, the first and then the 3rd inning. Was aided by that 5-3 double play in the bottom half of the 4th.
First batter for Laurel Highlands, shortstop, Nick Coomer.
Again, pitchers limited to 100 pitches in any given game. They can go over that by facing the current batter that they are facing, but after that they have to exit the contest. We'll see if that comes into play at all with Glasser this afternoon.
Nick Coomer stepping in. He kind of manufactured a run himself back in the 3rd inning with the single, stolen base, and there's a looper into left center. Diving! Does he make the catch?
No.
No, it hit the ground as he gets it in, but brilliant effort out there in center field by Caden Early. And what are they calling?
It's actually Joey Shoemaker out there in center.
I'm sorry, yeah, I had the wrong defensive chart in front of me. Joey Shoemaker with a diving attempt. Looks like he threw it in quickly, so that was kind of an indication that he didn't catch it. So
it definitely hit the ground.
Nick on for his second hit of the afternoon.
They called him out. That ball hit the ground. The ball clearly hit the ground.
Wow.
That ball hit the ground. We had a clear view of it. That's an awful call.
And Shoemaker kind of gave it away because he got up quickly and threw it in, thinking he had to get it into the infield.
The ball clearly hit the ground from our camera view, but botched call by the umpires out there today.
So we have a call from home plate to...
How do you overrule the base umpire on a
290 feet away, probably. And now...
The ball clearly came out. It was rolling on the ground.
And now we have a hit batsman as Koffler takes a first pitch again with a hit batsman. So we're going to have it a fly ball to 8th for the first out of the inning. And now on at first is Koffler. McLean will come to the plate. So that could loom large later on. We'll see.
And for him to overrule like that after the fact as well, once it was clearly called a hit.
Yeah, I'm really kind of... I
saw right away, Gary. That ball came out.
Well, we'll certainly have it on film, no doubt about that.
I think if you're going to make an overrule like that, you got to be 100% clear that the guy made the catch.
There's another fly ball now to center field going over Shoemaker, calling for it in right center. Makes that catch for the second out of the inning. So with one man on now, Koffler at first, that's going to bring up O'Brien, the designated hitter.
Has been very productive this afternoon.
2 hits and an RBI.
Run scored as well back in the first inning.
So Glasser trying to work his way out of the bottom of the 5th inning here. Beneficiary of some assistance. Throw over to first, no tag.
It's funny, if you go back early on in the game, it was Ringgold that thought they were hosed by a couple of calls back in the first inning.
Right. Pitch outside for ball 1 to O'Brien. So the Mustangs now looking for some 2-out lightning with just one runner on at first.
I have more of an issue that it was overruled. If you made the call as an out and you made a mistake on that, it's one thing, but to overrule an initial call that was on the field when the ball clearly hit the ground, that's right. I have issues with there, Gary.
Curveball in for a strike. 1-1. Glasser with the signal, working from the stretch. Koffler over here at first. Here's a pitch. There's a fly ball again. This one to right field. Battling the sun and making the left-handed catch out there in right field, Andrew Mackey. So the Mustangs don't come up with anything here in the bottom of the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. It's still 5-3. Mustangs on top here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, South Union Township Sports Network, and WMBS.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the candidate.
Casey Sports Cafe, owned by the Vernon family, is located on South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Casey's has reopened for dine-in services with new hours, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday and Sunday 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Meals are home-cooked and range from a variety of steaks, chicken and veal parmesan, liver and onions, along with appetizers, salads, wings, and sandwiches. Casey's offers free delivery in the Uniontown area with purchases of $10 or more. Phone 724-550-4126 for Casey Sports Cafe.
Moving now to the top half of the 6th inning, Ashton Ray, Andrew Mackey, and Lorenzo Glass are hitters 7, 8, and 9 in the Ringgold order. Coming to the plate, and the Rams getting little umpire aid in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now they'll try to take advantage of it here in the top half of the 6th. Down only 2 at 5-3.
McKnight still on for the Mustangs in efficient inning last inning, 1-2-3. Let's see what he can do here in the 6th.
Ashton Ray 1 for 2 today. Single to left field back in the 2nd inning. Flew out to Jace Hamby back in the 4th inning. So the Rams down 2. Ringgold trying to even up their conference record at 1-1. Mustangs trying to improve to 3-1.
Mustangs can't sit on those leads though, but
no. Well, you figure the last 2 games, an 11-run output against West Mifflin, 10 runs scored yesterday against Ringgold, winning 10-2, but things have tightened up here this afternoon. McKnight's first pitch inside to Ashton Ray, 1-0.
Ray 1 for 2 on the afternoon, singled back in the 2nd, flew out to right field in the 4th.
That was only his 2nd hit of the season, came in 1 for 10 on the season. Now the 1-0 pitch here, swing and a miss, big time cut there from Ashton Ray.
Braden McKnight, for his first appearance, has pretty good velocity on that fastball.
Yes, he does. Looks very comfortable out there as well.
Shown a off-speed curveball also.
1-1 now, McKnight to Ray. Off-speed pitch, catching the strike zone at the knees, now 1-2.
Good frame there by Alex McLean, kind of pulled that one back into the corner on that curveball.
Now McKnight trying to finish off Ashton Ray. Struck out Cantini back in the 5th. Trying to strike out Ray here to start the 6th, but that pitch is high. Even up the count at 2-2. Laurel Highlands on top 5-3. Ray, the leadoff hitter for Ringgold here in this top half of the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch on the way and a little number going right to Zach Koffler at first base for the first down of the inning.
See that a lot so far this year. Balls hit off the end of the bat or just have no velocity to them and not being centered up on the barrel of the bat, and that one just barely getting to first base.
As we get into the late afternoon, early evening hours now, you have that low sun, which certainly could play a factor throughout the final couple of innings of this one. With Andrew Mackey now at the plate, first pitch swinging, fouls it off.
Andrew grounded the 3rd back in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, came around to score one of the 3 runs for Ringgold in that inning.
The lefty Mackey against the right-handed pitcher Braden McKnight. McKnight's 0-1 here to Mackey. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. 0-2 to Andrew Mackey. He was looking for his first hit of the season for the Ringgold Rams, but as Gary said, a productive at-bat last time up. And the hole here, 0-2. McKnight trying to finish him off. 0-2 pitch, just missing. Count out 1-2. As McKnight looks for his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon on in relief of Joe Chambers, who's remained in the game to play second base for the Mustangs defensively.
Actually, I think it would be his 3rd. He did strike out Callaway at the end of 4th.
You're right on that. Correct. Would be his 3rd strikeout. And that ball, look out here.
Almost right in our window.
Yes. I was getting out of the way again.
Come on, Brian, you can catch that.
Not that one. That was humming. They've been keeping us alive up here in the press box. 1-2 again to Mackey. Pitch misses outside. Evens things up now at 2-2.
As you said, Ringgold with a lot of underclassmen. Mackey, one of them.
There's 7 sophomores today in the starting lineup for the Ringgold Rams. 2-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Missing again, and we're full of 3-2.
Good eye in there by Mackey. That was a close one to take also.
Hanging in there again. Walked last time up. They draw another one here. Payoff pitch from McKnight. Fastball. Mackey stays alive, fouling it off.
So Braden McKnight working pretty strongly. Might be working his way into the rotation here for the Mustangs.
Just over 105 minutes in this game. Mustangs up 5-3. Another payoff pitch to Mackey, breaking ball, and just nub foul.
Mackey hanging in
Yeah, he's doing a nice job battling there for the Ringgold Rams.
Good pitch, too, by McKnight. Pulled the string on the curveball, had him out in front. Mackey just getting a little piece of it.
Another payoff pitch. McKnight to Mackey. To fastball, and Mackey sends this one high in the air on the left side. D'Amico under to make the grab for the second out of the inning.
Had he played perfectly, good scouting report there. Had him playing shallow, shaded over towards center field, and just had to take a few steps in to make that catch.
McKnight has now retired 6 straight. Struck out Callaway, as Gary said, to end the 4th. Got Mamie to ground out. Struck out Cantini, and Lessman grounded out to end the 5th. And then pop-outs from Ray and Mackey here in the 6th, and gets an early strike on Lorenzo Glasser. He's now behind 0-1.
Big hit for Glasser in that 3-run 4th inning for Ringgold.
Ended up scoring one of the Rams' 3 runs as well so far this afternoon. Now the 0-1 pitch to Glasser, breaking ball, and therefore a strike. And just like that, 0-2. So McKnight's solid relief work here for the Mustangs. Trying to retire his 7th straight, has Glasser behind 0-2. And now the pitch on the way, another fastball, and Glasser stays alive, fouling it off.
Glasser a little behind on that. Looks like he's going to put the ball in play, if he is, to the right side of the Mustang defense.
So 0-2 again. McKnight to Glasser. McKnight's pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. So that's strikeout number 3 for Braden McKnight. He's retired 7 straight. The Mustangs' lead remains at 2 at 5-3, and now Laurel Highlands look for a little insurance as we move to the bottom of the 6th here on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Day.
Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprowell's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprowellsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Democrats and Republicans vote for experience. Re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor. Kurt will continue to vote no to increase your taxes in North Union. He'll continue to secure funding to improve infrastructure, continue developing and improving recreation areas, and expanding the sheepskin trail. Kurt Matthews will continue to work as a team with his fellow supervisors and for all residents of North Union Township, Democrat or Republican. Vote for Curtis Matthews, the most qualified, experienced, and dedicated candidate.
Paid for by the Friends to re-elect Curtis Matthews, North Union Township Supervisor.
Moving out of the bottom of the 6th inning, Laurel Highlands continuing to lead 5-3. Carson D'Amico, Ty Sankovic, and Braden McKnight due up for the Mustangs. Hitters 7, 8, and 9, and Lorenzo Glasser still on the hill, Gary, for the Ringgold Rams.
Yeah, working into the bottom of the 6th, and been pretty efficient. Last couple innings, he had a couple hit batsmen, but really no walks at all throughout the entire game, and has really had limited number of pitches, so he's probably in a situation where he can go the distance if need be.
We don't have an exact pitch count on him, is that correct?
We do not, but
Okay.
I think he's in the 80s.
Yep. See how things pan out here in the 6th. Laurel Highlands looking for a little insurance, and if needed, of course, they'll have an opportunity to come to bat in the bottom half of the 7th as well. Laurel Highlands hopes that's not needed. By the way, for the top of the 7th, Ringgold will have the top of the order due up. Shoemaker, Barrett, and Callaway. We'll see what pans out there. But again, for Laurel Highlands here in the bottom half of the 6th, it's D'Amico, Sankovic, and McKnight.
Been stuck on those 5 runs since the 3rd inning.
First pitch here from Glasser. In for a strike to Carson D'Amico. And Laurel Highlands pretty unhappy with the way the bottom of the 5th unfolded. They thought they had a leadoff hit from Nick Kumar. It appeared to be a certain hit from our location as that one chopped foul, and the home plate umpire overruling the base umpire, calling it a fly out. And even after Zach Koffer was hit, Alex McLean and Braden O'Brien flew out to end the inning, and the Mustangs unable to muster another run. Now D'Amico behind 0-2 here against Lorenzo Glasser. Glasser will wind and fire. Another one fouled off there by Carson. He picked up 2 RBIs back in the first inning. Now has 6 RBIs so far this season. Again, had a 4 RBI game on Saturday here at home against West Mifflin. 0-2 again. Glasser to D'Amico. Breaking ball, missing there. Count now moves to 1-2. And both of these teams will have their next conference series against Bell Vernon. Rams will play the Leps next week, Monday and Tuesday. Mustangs the following week. Laurel Highlands will not play a conference game at all next week. There's a line drive dropping in for another hit from Carson D'Amico, bouncing in front of Andrew Mackey out there in right. And the Mustangs in business here to start this bottom half of the 6th inning.
Good at bat there by Carson D'Amico, battling in there with Glasser being around that strike zone. He takes his rip and pushes it into right field for that single. Now Sankovic with an opportunity. You might see a bunt here.
And with a lead at 5-3, another run would really loom large, especially at the top half of the order due up for the Ringgold Rams. You never know what the top of the 7th might have in store. Now showing bunt, pulling back there is Sankovic. Pitch misses for ball 1.
Charging in from third base, Gianna Cantini well in on the grass. Having to hold here at first is Lessman, so that's where you want to bunt it on the first base line.
Especially from a lefty. Showing again and bounces this one right back to the pitcher.
Glasser doesn't even look to second, so Sankovic gets the job done, and that was a one-hopper back to the mound. Might have had a shot at second base, but Glasser takes the shore out at first.
Advances D'Amico down to second with Brady McKnight coming to the plate with 1 out as we work here in the bottom half of the 6th, and Laurel Highlands on top 5-3.
McKnight fly out to left and a strikeout looking back in the 4th.
Trying to get his bat going, came in with a 143 average, just 1 RBI. Got the start at second base, now pitching for the Mustangs on in relief of Joe Chambers, batting from the number 9 spot in the Mustang batting order. We'll step off there from Glasser. Now back on and set to go. Plants back at second. A pitch on the way, low to McKnight for ball 1.
Look for something you can put in play as Ringgold has him shaded around to the first base side, but the shortstop and the second base bouncing back and forth trying to keep D'Amico close at second.
Carson, good speed. See how aggressive he is on the base bats. Glasser's 1-0 pitch here to McKnight. And now time called by Braden. Glasser trying to freeze him a little bit there.
Yeah, shortstop Callaway sneaking in behind D'Amico, standing basically on second base. So you would think that would have been an opportunity for Glasser to step off.
Glasser has been very deliberate throughout the course of the afternoon. Now a throw back at second, head first, slide back safely again there from D'Amico.
Not close.
No. Now here we go again. Glasser back on the hill. Count just 1-0 to Braden McKnight.
Need a shot clock on the...
Yes. Seems like McKnight's been up for half an hour. Glasser's next pitch misses outside 2-0. He's only thrown 2 pitches to him now.
Outfield straight away for Ringgold. A lot of openings, though, in this infield with both, as we said, both the shortstop and the second base shading right up the middle.
I don't see a pitch clock coming to high school baseball anytime soon, though.
No. Can't even get a shot clock in basketball.
No. And Glasser again a step off. Walking D'Amico back to the plate. We did a couple games down in Maryland last year that had the basketball shot clocks down there. We're down in McHenry.
I'd like to see that.
And we'll glance back from Glasser. Next pitch on the way, and this one popped foul on the left side.
Over the faithful fans
yes.
Lined up down the third base line. But now, 2-1.
No one really sitting in the bleachers, just a few folks up there. And Well, so everybody bringing their own chair. Probably a little more comfortable sitting in your own chair than up in the bleachers for a couple of hours. Another throwback at second.
Again, not close, and throw far on the this first base side of second base.
Counts at 2-1. Glasser enjoying the TV time right now. Trying to make the most of it. It's been a long at-bat here from Braden McKnight, even though Glasser's thrown only 3 pitches to him.
Now he wants to talk to his catcher.
Wow. He'll bring out Hunter Mamie. Apparently, he has nowhere to go tonight.
Changing the signals now.
Yes. Seeing a little bit of everything out there.
So Braden trying to maintain his concentration. That's sometimes difficult when you have
a lot of distractions here.
This type of deliberate action.
Glasser, another glance back at second. Now delivers another pitch. This one ripped by McKnight. They were shaded off the line. It's going to work to McKnight's direction. A little slow roller into the corner. McKnight rounding second on his way to third. D'Amico's already scored. McKnight got tripped up. Not sure what he fell over there, Gary. I thought he would have been in third easily. And he kind of tripped up there between second and third and went back to the second base bag.
Just fell going between second and third, just kind of slipped and hit the deck, but he probably still could have made it.
I agree.
Got up, I was thinking maybe he was going to try for an inside the park home run. That ball was
He's laughing coming off.
Was down in the corner for a long time in right field, but give him credit. Double with an RBI brings home D'Amico, and that adds on for the Mustangs, 6-3.
Just a second hit of the year for McKnight coming out of big time. As Gary said, picks up his second RBI. D'Amico scores, lead now at 6-3 for Laurel Highlands over Ringgold. Mustangs have doubled up the Rams. Rams will have their final 3 outs in the top half of the 7th. The Mustangs now at the top of the order, and Caden Early due up. 4th time through the batting order. Early batting from the left side. First pitch in there for a strike.
Courtesy runner out there for Laurel Highlands.
That's number 2, C.J. Gesk.
He has good speed.
Yes, he does. Running for McKnight. Count 0-1 here from Glasser to Early. That pitch just missing. Even the count at 1-1. Rams dugout thought it was in there for a strike as well. And the count now even at 1-1.
Don't want to be complacent again.
There's a breaking ball, and this one knocked down there by Contini, who has no play over at first. So Gianni did a nice job to keep the ball in front of him, but to not have a play there on Early. You going to give Early an infield single there, Gary?
I am.
Certainly a tough play there from
long way
Cantini,
for
sure.
To have to go to his left. And now we're going to have the coaching staff for Ringgold come out, and it might be a pitching change. Let's see what we got. We do.
I mean, pitching change here for Ringgold. So we'll step aside for a 90-second timeout and tell you about the new Rams pitcher when we come back. Laurel Highlands has added a run on here in the bottom of the 6th inning and a lead 6-3 here on the CR Product Group High School Sports Day.
Derby's Riverside Ford is pleased to announce that we have once again been awarded Ford Motor Company's highest honors for 2020, the Ford President's Award. In order to achieve this award, dealers must exceed customer expectations every day and achieve the highest levels of performance. The pursuit of excellence requires passion, tenacity, and hard work in both sales and service. The Thurby family and our employees would like to thank our customers for scoring us the highest in the Pittsburgh region for customer satisfaction. The Thurby family has earned the prestigious President's Award 20 times. No other Ford dealer in the tri-state area can claim this milestone. Remember, victory is achieved each time a customer translates into a lifelong relationship, and that's a celebration of excellence. Please stop by Thurby's Riverside Ford and experience the difference.
Hey
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, the new pitcher for the Ringgold Rams, Eli Callaway. It looks like Chad Barrett will move from second to short here, Gary.
That's correct. And then Glasser went to second.
Correct. So we'll make the changes here on our lineup card. Get a look at Eli Callaway on the mound. Again, Laurel Highlands leading 6-3. You have Joe Chambers at the plate for Laurel Highlands, who's 0 for 3 so far this afternoon. Grounded into a double play, a 5-3 double play to end the fourth inning. And for Callaway so far this season, this is his second appearance. He's worked 3 innings, given up 1 hit, 2 runs, but yet to give up an earned run, struck out 1 and walked 1. He's faced 14 batters. And this is here on the first pitch to Joey Chambers. Mustangs ready to run across here in this bottom half of the 6th. Have runners on first and second. Early on first. McKnight on second. And this one getting away from the catcher Mamie, and the runners will advance on the play.
I think that was a strike, too. Not sure. Yeah, 1-1.
I count 1-1.
And it's got through his glove.
I'm watching it here, Gary, on the replay. Just went in and out of his glove, as you said. Now 2 in scoring position for the Mustangs. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, and a hard hit ball through on the left side that will score 2 runs for the Mustangs. So Joe Chambers,
big hit
who
there,
was 0 for 3, coming through the big spot here, driving in 2. Mustangs have scored 3 runs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning and now lead at 8-3.
Big breakout here in the 6th, just what the Mustangs needed. And Joe Chambers, who started the game pitching, comes through big here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
It was actually the courtesy runner early. Check that courtesy runner, Gesk, scoring in McKnight's spot. Early also scoring a run. And Chambers now with 3 RBIs on the season, and Nick Kumar at the plate. And Kumar was robbed the last time up.
Scorebook shows 1 for 3.
Yes, but not the case. And it wasn't the center fielder that robbed him. It was the call by the home plate umpire from behind home plate with an overrule, saying that center fielder Joey Shoemaker made the catch there on Nick Kumar after we clearly saw the ball had hit the ground.
Well, that kind of stuff happens.
Yes, it does.
Just
now at 8-3, you can kind of forget about it.
Let it go.
Chambers on first, 3 already across. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and a breaking ball missing there to Nick. Nick came in with a .750 average, Gary.
He's
hitting the ball well here.
He definitely has started out the season on fire, and he's continuing that here today.
Next pitch on the way. Big time cut swing and a miss there from Nick. Count out 1-2. From Callaway to Kumar.
Hope I didn't put the eyes on him.
No, that happens though. I think every time I work a game with Steve, he accuses me for doing that no matter what sport we're calling. Certainly tell it's spring with not only the bees up here, but you can see all the flies and mosquitoes out there as well. Pitch missing low. Evens the count now up at 2-2. Cut my grass for the first time this week as well.
Oh, I got 2 in.
Oh, nice. You're ahead of the game. 2-2. And Nick with a ground ball. High hop. Good play there from Cantini to make the out at second.
Wow, another nice play by Cantini. He's had a nice defensive game down there at third base. Throw over to Glasser at second to get the lead runner.
Goes fielder's choice 5-4 in the books. 2 outs here in the inning with Zach Koffler coming to the plate, the 7th Mustang to bat here in the bottom half of the 6th. Laurel Highlands now up 8-3. Now Cantini seems to have the best glove on the field that we've seen out there on either side today.
Nice player down there at third.
Now Koffler at the plate, runner going. Zach takes the first pitch for ball 1. Nick sliding into second safe.
Huge jump
Yes,
there
he did.
by Nick. No chance to throw him out on that one as he was halfway to second before the ball reached the catcher. So puts him in scoring position now for Koffler, who is 0 for 2.
Game 2 hours and 5 minutes in so far. Laurel Highlands now up 8-3. Now a nub foul by Zach Koffler.
1-1.
And Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Jerry Dupay behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Uniontown Hospital studios. Larry Kumar helping us out with our scoreboard this afternoon as well. Next pitch on the way, missing again from Eli Callaway. The count at 2-1 now to Zach Koffler. And we know for sure our next Mustang TV and radio game will be a week from Monday on the 19th here at home against Belle Vernon. We'll have both of the games between the Mustangs and the Leopards for you. It'll be a 7 o'clock start the following day up in Ross Traver Township at D. Virgilio Sports Complex.
7 o'clock start, Brian?
7 o'clock start for Tuesday. Should probably be able to get there, Gary, I would think.
I would think.
Ball low and in the dirt. And again, we might have a game for you next week. Laurel Highlands only scheduled to play on Thursday. That's not in our broadcast schedule, but if they add another one earlier in the week, you never know. We'll keep you posted.
But that Uniontown game.
Yeah, we have the Uniontown EF game on Monday, correct, on our schedule over at Bailey Park. Tony Hanola is going to join me for that one. 3:30 start. 3:15 Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, and a strike there to Zach Koffler. We'll have that one live streamed on the WMBS Facebook page as well. Be back on both WMBS and South Union for the Laurel Highlands Belle Vernon games the following week. Callaway's next pitch to Koffler, missing low and outside for ball 4, giving the Mustangs another base runner here in the bottom half of the 6th. The runners on first and second, Koffler on first, Kumar on second. 2 outs here in the inning, 3 runs already across, and the Mustangs on top 8-3. And Alex McLean will be the 8th Mustang to bat here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
I think
we're going to have a pinch hitting, yes. Tristan McCoy to pinch hit for McLean. So McCoy getting an opportunity with the Mustangs up 5. The first pitch, strike 1. And looking at McCoy's numbers so far this season, Gary, this is his first plate appearance.
Getting a shot here late in the game.
Now the 0-1 from Callaway to McCoy. Nubs it foul. Count now 0-2. Looks like Mike Smith telling us that Alex McLean got hurt there, Gary.
Maybe we'll have to have
Koffler catching.
Koffler coming in to catch, but we'll see. Maybe got a. This is a freshman at the plate here now, getting his opportunity to see some high school varsity action.
Only freshman on the varsity roster. And Smitty tells me McCoy actually caught the last half inning.
Wow.
Runner
missed
going.
that.
Yeah, we did miss that. And that one goes over the glove there of Mamie, and runners moving to second and third. So it technically wasn't a pinch hitter because he had entered the game last half inning, but nonetheless getting his first at-bat. We hope McLean's not out of the lineup for long. And Koffler had some off-season surgery, and that's one of the reasons he has not been catching for Laurel Highlands.
McCoy catching last inning, we didn't notice, so that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah, for sure, especially with a freshman catcher.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the offensive linemen playing football. You don't say their names, it's a good thing.
They're supposed to tell us when those subs come in.
Yeah, they don't. And this one hit on the ground. Too short, and it gets through. Barrett into left field, and 2 more runs come across. We'll go into the books E6. But making the contact there, Tristan McCoy. And the Mustangs added their lead. It's now a 10-3, and we'll get a courtesy runner here from McCoy. It'll be Brett Lemansky.
Lemansky on at first. 2 runs in there.
That's what happens. Put the ball in play. The lead now at 10-3. It was a 5-3 game entering this bottom half of the 6th inning. Laurel Highlands for the 3rd straight game now reaching double-digit runs. That's good to see. And a well-hit ball here from Braden O'Brien again, going over the head of Ashton Ray. And the courtesy runner Lemansky rounding third. He's going to score on the play. O'Brien with his 3rd hit of the afternoon. First extra base hit. He's 3 for 4 and drives in another run. And just like that, it's 11-3. Laurel Highlands the lead at 8.
And the Mustangs have batted around 9 men to the plate this inning. D'Amico started things with a single, came around to score, and he's at the plate again.
Eli Callaway now getting really touched up here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. A lead at 8 at 11-3. To more than just a couple of insurance runs for Laurel Highlands. Here in the 6th, they've scored 6. To now lead by 8. With D'Amico batting for the 2nd time in this half inning. And the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Now the Ringgold coaching staff just hoping Callaway can get out of the inning. You don't want to have to use another pitcher in this spot. And again, they won't play another conference game until Monday against Bell Vernon. Do have a non-conference game on tap Friday against Charleroi.
Got to believe D'Amico puts the ball in play. I don't think we've seen him not put a ball in play since he's been in the lineup.
2 for 3 today. Already 6 RBIs so far this season. Has really done a nice job. Junior left fielder for the Mustangs. Another pitch missing there from Callaway, who seems to be laboring a little bit right now. Gary on the mound.
Well, he's probably, coming in from shortstop. That's a hard thing to do, coming in from the field, although McKnight has done a great job on the Laurel Highlands side, but it is a difficult thing coming in from the field and developing any kind of rhythm on the mound as he throws a beautiful pitch there for a strike.
McKnight's retired 7 straight on the other side for Laurel Highlands. Count out 3-1. Callaway to D'Amico. Callaway delivers again, and D'Amico sending it in the air, and this one dropping in front of Shoemaker out in center field.
Another hit for our man, Carson D'Amico.
O'Brien scores on the plate, another RBI as well. It's now 3 RBIs today, 7 on the season for D'Amico. Now it's 12-3, and if you can get D'Amico around here, Gary, it would end the game. We saw that happen against West Mifflin on Saturday. It could happen here again with Tyler Sankovic coming to the plate, the 11th Mustang to bat. 2nd time for Ty, who actually sacrificed earlier on this inning. Don't have to worry about small ball now. First pitch in there for a strike. Callaway to Sankovic. Lead at 9. It's 12-3, 7 across. Here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Well, we asked for some insurance runs. Got a little wet.
Yes. More than just a few. Breaking ball. Missing there. Count now even at 1-1.
Some Sproul's Insurance Group extra runs.
Yes. Proud sponsor of our pregame show. Thanks to David Hughes and his team up there. Always loyal supporters of Mustang baseball, both on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network. That one fouled off. Look out into the parking lot. Think everybody's safe. Down out 1-2. Callaway looking to end this inning and give the Rams 3 at-bats in the top half of the 7th before we all go home. Now the 1-2 on the way. Now one high and outside, even up the count now at 2-2. D'Amico on first. Sankovic at the plate. And McKnight in the on-deck circle. Count now at 2-2. The pitch on the way. Missing again, and we're full of 3-2.
So Callaway trying to find that strike zone. Sankovic should be aggressive up there.
You're likely getting a strike here. Now the payoff pitch on the way, runner going. And this one hit high in the air on the left side in foul territory. Did it drop in? No, foul ball. Just barely foul on the left side. Actually, it was closer to a fair ball than I initially thought there, Gary.
Kind of tailed away,
yes,
but you're exactly right. It just hit about 2 feet outside the line down there on down the third base line, and no one had a chance to catch that. That could have easily got D'Amico to third. He was running on the pitch.
Another payoff pitch here from Callaway. Runner going again, and that's ball 4. Ball 4 to Sankovic. Mustangs now runners on first and second, 2 outs. Another visit here from Hunter Mamie to Eli Callaway.
Heading next, pitcher, Brady.
And again, if you get D'Amico to come around and score, Gary, that's it.
McKnight hit a rocket down the first base line that we thought was going to be a triple, kind of fell down between second and third, but that's what got things really started for the Mustangs here in the bottom half of the 6th.
And the Rams really played the Mustangs tough, especially in the middle innings. Again, it was 5-3 coming in this bottom half of the 6th inning before the Mustangs have exploded with 7 runs to now lead by 9. And it's a shame that on the Ringgold side, that the end result is not really going to show how close this game actually was for much of the contest. There's a rip that might end it. Into center field, rounding third on his way to the plate is D'Amico, and once again, Laurel Highlands with a big output here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 8 runs will end this game with a 13-3 win over the Ringgold Rams as Braden McKnight finishes it off, driving in Carson D'Amico. We're back to tell you all about it here on WMBS, Facebook Live, the Triple Live High School Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network. Mustangs win it 13-3.
Visit C. Harper Chevy and drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Equinox with all-wheel drive for only $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Chevrolet, find new roads. Lease is through GMF for well-qualified individuals, 24 months at 10,000 miles yearly with $3,000 cash trade equity with lease loyalty or lease conquest. Security deposit waived. Payment is with tax, title fees, and first payment. Residence fee restrictions apply. While supplies last. Sale ends May 3rd, 2021. Call a dealer for all of the details at 724-929-8000 or visit CHarperChevy.com.
Sam Davis was a gift from heaven. He knows the law and the court system unlike anyone else I've ever met or seen. Sam helped me get through the federal court system with the best possible outcome.
Davis & Davis, personal injury and workers' comp.
We at Davis & Davis are humbled by what our clients have to say about us. If you've been injured, call me, Jim Davis, for a free consultation. We have been helping injured people for over 40 years. Call 724-437-2799.
UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Elect Patrick Livingston for your next North Union Township Supervisor. I was born, raised, and currently reside in North Union Township. I have the desire, skills, and experience to help North Union Township continue to thrive. I hold a valid commercial driver's license and the ability to operate equipment necessary to maintain and benefit township residents. My ability to work well with others to ensure a job well done bodes well for the township's success. I am asking for your support in the upcoming election.
Paid for by the candidate.
Hi, I'm Russ Plaho, your local Allstate agent. The number 21 has always had a special meaning to me. When I was young, it meant reaching adulthood. As a lifelong Pirates fan, the number 21 meant one thing, the great Roberto Clemente. 3,000 hits, MVP, World Series hero, but more than that, a great humanitarian who will always be remembered for losing his life in a rescue mission to help those in need. And now, the number 21 represents my 21st anniversary as your local Allstate agent. I would like to think that, like Roberto, I know the importance of community involvement as well as helping neighbors. Over the past 21 years, my staff and I have committed ourselves to learning about our customer needs and personalizing protection for them. From bundling auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverages based on their protection needs. Are you in good hands? Call me, Russ Blejo, at 724-439-9700 or stop by my office on Lebanon Avenue today for a free quote.
South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer wishes the best of luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs this season and in the playoffs. During these uncertain times, a lot of hard work goes into a successful season, and that includes the cooperation of players, coaches, and their families. South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer commends all of those whose hard work has gone into making this a successful season. Like our local teams, Robert Schiffbauer is working hard to make life better for the residents of South Union Township. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs from South Union Township Supervisor Robert Schiffbauer.
Laurel Highlands with a big bottom half of the sixth inning, downing the Ringgold Rams this afternoon by a score of 13-3. With your game recap, here's Gary Frankhauser.
Thanks, Brian. For the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, 13 runs on 12 hits. They did commit a couple errors and left 6 men on base, but the hitting was pretty steady throughout the entire lineup. Caden Early was 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs. Nick Kumar, we have him at 1 for 4, but more like 2 for 4. He also had an RBI. Zach Koffler had a good day at the plate, although he didn't have a hit. He put the ball in play several times. Alex McLean, while he was in, was 1 for 3, and then coming in McCoy, subbing for him, big hit there in the 6th inning to plate a couple runs for the Mustangs, 2 RBIs. Braden O'Brien, 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double. Also Carson D'Amico, 3 for 4, and he had 3 RBIs. Ty Sankovic, 1 for 2, but had a sacrifice in that 6th inning, got things started. And Braden McKnight, couple big hits in the 6th inning, a double and a single, couple RBIs for him for the Mustangs. So good hitting all the way up and down the lineup for the Mustangs. For Ringgold, 3 runs on 4 hits. They committed 3 errors and left 6 men on base. So those 4 hits included Shoemaker, Barrett, Ray, and Glasser. Glasser with a couple RBIs for Ringgold. So the Mustangs jumped out in front 4-0 and then 5-0. But Ringgold came back with 3 runs to make it a close game at 5-3. But the Mustangs break it out in the 6th inning with 8 runs to cover the 10-run rule and end the game.
Laurel Highlands now improving to 3-1 overall and 3-1 in conference play. The loss dropping Ringgold to 2-3 overall, and they're 0-2 in the conference. Again, both teams will play their next conference series against Bell Vernon. Ringgold will have the Leps this coming week on the 12th and 13th. Mustangs will see them on the 19th and the 20th, and the 19th will be our next Mustang broadcast, both on WMBS and on the South Union Township Sports Network as they take on the Bell Vernon Leopards, with both of the Mustangs Leopards games for you on Monday the 19th here at home, 4 o'clock start. Tuesday the 20th at the D. Virgilio Sports Complex, a 7 o'clock start for that one. We're back with a final word, both on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Triple I High School Sports Network right after this.
With the rest of the world, Peachin Pharmacy is following the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic. Your safety is a priority at Peachin Pharmacy. For prescriptions, you have many options. Peachin's offers free delivery, free mail, and curbside pickup. If you come into the store, Peachin's follows all of the CDC and state safety recommendations. As always, if you have concerns about your medications, call 724